What's up? Long time no see with these three, this trio here. London's over on Rampage with Tati, so we are going to roll with a trio tonight for Post Bell to cover that interesting episode of SmackDown. This is Post Bell Podcast, episode 5 on the Hardcore Sports Network and Sleeper Sports Media. Also out on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube for Martina down there, and Mitch. No wrestling on his channel, so we're just rocking on the network. But right off the bat, what did you guys think of SmackDown? Mitch, go to you first.
I'm going to bed. That was just terrible. I'm sorry. That was just bad. I'm like, Nick, let me ask you this. You remember the other SmackDown you and I streamed?
Yes.
Was this one is worse than that one? I'd say that one because it did not have Roman Reigns. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
that one's worse than this.
I think the last one was worse, but probably not by much. I mean, we were like that one. The one we did before that felt really slow. Probably because it was just me and you, so we were watching in the chat, whatever. But like the 4 of us, and then 5 at the end, and then the chat was going. So this one was definitely more. We were distracted by better tactics than what we were at the last one. But I mean, yeah, this was shocking to me and how it went. Martina, what about you? What did you think? Besides the return of OTC, the gold at the end of the tunnel.
Literally, very literally, because it was dragging on, like you said. It's interesting that they tried to cram so much into it. When of course Roman was advertised as being pretty much like the show, and I'm like, we got like 3 or 4 minutes of him. Like, I understand he's gonna come at the end. I get it, save the best for last. But they could have given us more than what they gave us. I feel cheated.
Yeah. It. I mean, from opening with Cody, where it doesn't make any sense. You roll out Kevin Owens, which I get. They're setting up that match, and then for them to go back, have Kevin not want the match and then make the match anyway. Sean Ross Sapp tweeted out that Kevin Owens is good at closing the logic gap in like, why is Kevin Owens being handed a match, and then denying the match and then saying, well, Roman doesn't deserve the match either. So if you're going to give it to Roman, just give it to me. So it's like, and then we end up setting up for Roman and Solo anyway at Bash. That's my guess. Yeah, so I mean, and then they cut out the Nia Jax segment. They showed Tiffany Stratton. We didn't even see Nia. So, and then the matches were, two tag matches, the women's match, and then Andrade and Santos felt like 30 minutes.
Unnecessarily so.
Yeah. So what? I mean, the comments were going off on the mid-card title and everything like that. So what do you guys think of now that we have a full-time mid-card title holder? What is that going to do for the United States Championship? And is that probably why they went to show the mid-card scene division can go, and has been not able to do much of anything lately because Logan wasn't on SmackDown week to week?
Okay, I'll go. Mitch, calm down. I'll go. I'll do it. Don't worry.
Don't jump all at once.
I kind of feel bad for LA Knight because it's the way they set him up, man. They set him up because he did deserve his moment. I'm gonna take these off because I have a glare. They gave him his moment, but it was like we're kind of like looking around, like this is him. We're like looking past him, like yeah. Okay, but like, where's Roman? I felt bad for him that I feel like I couldn't even enjoy the moment with him like we should, because again, we want Roman. And I felt like it was like that the whole show, that it's kind of a catch-22. Like, I'm glad that they advertised Roman, but it's almost like maybe they shouldn't have, because we were just so busy anticipating him. It was hard to enjoy the show.
Yeah. Mitch, you got to have something on the mid-card scene. I mean, come on. Come on.
Right. I'm just telling you, 30 minutes? You know what I could have done in 30 minutes?
Yeah,
a lot of things. I'm just saying, like, this was I remember we were talking about all different stuff, And I was just like, wait, I turned it back on my computer. The match is still going on.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was just like, I was
Yeah.
so lost.
I swear they were stalling. I swear they must have told him, like, just keep going. Just keep going. Because we're sitting here, like, we talked about so many topics and the match was still going.
Yeah.
Hey, Sarah.
There you
Hey,
go. A
guys.
little bit higher.
Okay, my pointer finger is going a little higher for the OTC. Okay.
Little by little. That's
See?
cool.
You just got to realize that we got the Temu Tribal Chief for so long, and now the original is back.
A win is a win. We'll take it. A win is a win. Getting closer every day. This green screen is determined to not let me. I am acknowledging him. The green screen is trying to do me dirty.
I'm telling you something. Roman Reigns' shoes was better than a whole mid-card match. I'm telling you.
I don't even.
Again, Roman came back, didn't really say much, and still killed the ending of the show. So it's like, when are we finally going to get him back? And I mean, he is advertised for next week. And then I do believe that Josh Frazier's in the building. I definitely could have just watched the end of SmackDown tonight.
I completely agree. I feel like they should. Well, I'm like, okay, to avoid doing this, because they better not run this back a third time, because they did this at SummerSlam. They did it at SmackDown. Okay, next week at SmackDown, can we get him in the beginning? Can we switch it up a little bit?
Yes.
So that we can actually, and I do want to hear him talk. And I said it before, he needs some friends. Because we know that he's just going to keep, how long are we going to do this? You know, he's going to, get jumped by his cousins and them, and then beat him up and get jumped. Like, when is Jimmy coming back? When is Paul coming back? Basically, Mitch, all the things that we talked about on the Bloodline effect, I'm a little salty that, like, none of that happened.
Yep.
Like, our predictions were not correct, and I'm not used to being wrong. It just feels so odd being wrong. What is this?
Me too.
What is this
now
feeling?
I know how.
Is this what failure feels like?
Now I know how it feels like to be Earl.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Now I know how it feels like to be Earl.
I was gonna say to be a Cody fan. Is this what the Cody fans feel like?
Yeah, I feel like
out doing the show again.
I feel like crying right now after that. I mean, that was tough. The OTC is so much better than Temu Tribal Chief. I can finally admit that.
Sorry.
Brandon, absolutely no. We were definitely spoiled
We're
by this week's Raw. It was an angle after angle. Tonight was wrestling overload while we were dying to see Roman. No fault to the young talent. It just needed ring time. I mean, yeah, I think they were enhancing that mid-card division just because we now have the US title is going to be on week to week and everything like that. So we're probably going to start seeing more, mid-card titles and everything like that. Also, like I said, Josh is the one that originally threw this out there last week on Post Bell that Cody will be the 5th member of Roman's team at War Games. That is
Josh, please don't speak this evil in the air. They're listening and they're gonna start. They're writing it. The writers are they're writing it right now. Please don't speak this evil over us.
Martina knows what I'm thinking. I'm not even gonna say it, because she knows what I'm thinking and she hates me for it.
I know that Ginger Man is. I know what they're gonna do. I just don't like it. But I think that they did us a little dirty with Rowan too, because again, he didn't say anything. Yep. And I mean, now don't get me wrong. I said this in our last show. Like, don't get me wrong. Anytime Roman is on my screen is a good time. Like, I'm very happy. Anytime to see him, I'm grateful. I'm gonna always acknowledge him. But I feel like that last segment didn't really elevate anyone. I mean, it did get. We heard people chanting OTC. Yeah. I see they changed his graphic. Like, that's cool. But I'm like, give us more. Give us more.
And I mean, I guess we can't really say that he didn't say anything, because we did get 3 ooh-ahs. So
you're right. You're right.
So
3. I mean, we're so blessed.
All 3 of those ooh-ahs was better than a whole SmackDown.
And I think Bocce and getting the chair shots at the very end was a highlight as well. Like No Chill said, that's for all the times that he's messed up in the last however long that we've seen. And I mean, like you said, how long are we going to get Roman coming back and not saying anything? How long did we get week after week of Cody, Kevin, and Randy going through a table and just getting beat up? And then, like, I mean, they got to switch. They got to switch something up. Paul has to come back and start saying, no, hand me the pencil. I'll fix this.
Yep.
That's a very interesting angle.
Yeah, see, I will say, Josh, like this. Oh, sorry.
Go
Sorry,
ahead.
I feel like I clicked on at the same time as you. They need to switch things around. They spent way too much time on Cody with his confusion, with whatever he was doing,
Yes.
with him
Yes.
solo and him and KO. Way too much time on him and not enough on Roman. Like that needs more development. He needs less because yeah, that whole segment with KO, it's like that's what I'm talking about though. We've talked about this before. The whole thing with Roman is that when he was the champion, everyone wanted it. It was coveted. It had prestige. Now they had to basically psychologically game Kevin into wanting it. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's like no one even wants the title anymore. What is that?
It's not even that. It's face versus face.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's
That,
what I'm
that
saying.
part
They're
too.
not even making the title seem, you know what I mean? Like, shouldn't he even as a face, shouldn't he be like you're my friend, but that's mine? No. He was
Who
like,
else
why
could
did
it
Roman
be
get it?
though? Who else? That's the thing. There's no one else.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah, you're right. They backed themselves into a corner.
yeah, they definitely did. They've done this before. I mean, they continue to do it. Is
Yes,
essentially
yep.
what it's coming down to. And they went and highlighted the mid card division with Santos and Andrade, with labeling this a number one contenders match for the United States title, which I was fine with. I just didn't expect for it to go 30 minutes. It just that's what killed it for me. It was like constantly like, which commercial, and we were on a rant about, AEW and the hate for Tony Khan, and I don't watch AEW and I don't watch the product, so I hate it
And
and
I
blah blah
believe in Joe
blah.
Hendry.
Yeah, Joe Hendry made a couple appearances. It just
We had a lot of
maybe
conversations.
maybe Raw was so good that we were expecting so much, and then it just flat out just like, what are we, what in the world was that? Because like from the opening segment, with it was confusing right off the bat. I think Brandon said it left him confused
Yes.
as well. Then
Very.
the first tag match was great. I didn't mind that. I thought if the pace continued like that, it would have been fine. The Profits and A Town Down Under, they killed it. Then we had the segment, making the WWE Championship at Bash in Berlin official. And then the Tiffany Stratton, they advertised for Nia Jackson, we didn't get that. But Tiffany Stratton was in the backstage segment with Piper and Chelsea. So are they gonna have a match next week? I mean, like, we can see this, and then they won't revisit this again until after Bash in Berlin.
Mm-hmm.
And then it rolled into the women's match, and then led to we're obviously going to get that 6-woman tag match, I would guess, at Bash. That would be my guess. Rolled into the championship celebration, which again was like you said, Martina, like, where's Roman? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Now
OTC.
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this. Let's say they started out with Roman Reigns in the beginning. Do you guys think SmackDown would have been a little bit better then? If Roman, because everyone was thinking about Roman Reigns. So if
I
he
think so.
started, I believe it would have been better.
Yeah.
I think it would have too, because then we're like, I hate to say this, but I know why they didn't. They're they did it for ratings. Like they're not dumb. They know
I
people. A
said
lot
that
of
in the
people.
bloodline effect.
Oh yes, a lot of people would have tuned out after him, myself included. Sorry, no disrespect to the other talent, but let's just keep it all the way real. We've waited a very long time to see our tribal chief, and
Yeah.
I guess they're like, well, you can wait some more.
Yeah. Sarah, who is our picks for Roman's team at War Games? I'm saying OG Bloodline: Sammy, Jimmy, Jay, Roman, and then, I mean, if they do,
It's 4, right? Is
yeah,
it
that's
4 or
only 4.
5?
Normally I think it is 5. So
Yeah, I think
you
it is
gotta,
5.
I would think, like, High Coolio would maybe
Wait, it's Jacob Fatu. It's
That's
gonna
what
be
I was
Jacob
gonna
Fatu.
say. I think it's gonna be
That's
Jacob.
So it's gonna be Roman, Jimmy, Jay, Sammy, Jacob. With
That's, yeah.
Zilla, apparently. Zilla's still
I
trolling
don't
us
I
like
don't
there's no tomorrow.
I don't I think that's just to build up the excitement. WWE does have their eye on him, but he's with GCW. He just won the title there.
Yeah, you know
Oh, I
more
didn't know
about
that.
you know
He-
more about him than us. So
he
Mm.
I know all this because of Hunter. I throw that
Correct.
out there all the time. Hunter is the one. Hunter interviewed him way back when, did the
Hmm.
article.
Yeah.
Actually wrestling for a year, so he's still working with Booker down in reality of wrestling. I don't think Zilla's ready. I mean, maybe a Rumble appearance for him, maybe. But yeah, I would say OG Bloodline with either Coolio or Jacob, doing the switch or whatever. But I mean that it'll be fun to see for sure.
You know what I just realized? If everyone in the Samoan dynasty was alive in their prime, they could have had their own Royal Rumble.
That is
they can do that right now.
Yeah,
they can do that right now.
They could.
Yeah, so I mean, Mitch, you think Jacob for sure. Martina, you on the same page with that?
Oh, sorry. I keep yes, it fell flat. I agree, Sarah. I do, I see. Yes, you said OG Bloodline, Jimmy J, Roman, that ginger man, and Jacob.
Okay.
Hold on. If it's not the gingerbread man, who else would it be?
That's the problem. That's like we say. When I say they back themselves into a corner, I mean that in multiple ways. In so many ways, they back themselves into a corner, and I think this is one of those ways. Hey, Monch, hey. He does not like Roman's new theme. Yeah, they back themselves into a corner that I feel like that is the only way that they can go that makes logical sense, even though I hated it the first time and I'll hate it again. I see for a minute, I said this before, for a minute, I thought they were going to try to get Drew in here somehow, because I feel like no one talks about this. Remember that episode where Solo and Paul were having a conversation and Paul told Solo, Punk is off limits. Don't mess with Punk. Because of course they have history. And then Solo says, don't worry about it. It's been handled. And that was the same night that Drew laid Punk out. And, he was all bloody and he took his bracelet. From that, I thought that somehow they were going to weave Drew into this somehow, some way through Punk. But they kind of abandoned that. So that gave me hope that maybe instead of Ginger, it might be Drew. I don't know. I'm always rooting for Drew. I'm never rooting for Sammy. So here we are.
Yeah, see, I would be the opposite. I'd rather have Sammy than Drew. Drew can go cry and whine and get his way, and then pretend that he's all happy and go lucky and yay.
I'm in the middle of it. I don't want anything a part of this.
Acting like the next time he loses, he's not going to throw a temper tantrum and tweet bored at work, LOL, and then win the title and lose it 5 minutes later.
F5.
Yeah.
No. We've moved on from that, Nick. He's moved on. He's a changed man. He's fine now.
I just have one question. What does Earl mean by highly charged SmackDown?
I don't know what he was. I don't know which SmackDown he was watching. Woo!
I think are you trying to be optimistic? He's trying to be optimistic, y'all, which I respect it.
Me after C4, and this thing is empty, just like tonight's SmackDown.
Oh my god, C4 is they make my skin crawl. They make me feel like I have ants under my skin. I mean, it works. It works. I'm just saying, it's
I don't drink energy drink. I don't.
None of them
didn't help matters.
Medically, I can't.
Didn't carry momentum from SummerSlam. Not at all. Not at all.
Which once again, like it just keeps. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Who was it? This is Cody Rhodes. He's on a decline. Decline. We went from the high of SummerSlam to the low of SmackDown. And yes, I say it's his fault because when Roman was the champion, everything was his fault, right? Oh, this is Roman's fault. So I'm going to give you that same energy that Cody is the face of the company. Right. TV. Exactly. And now it is on TV and look what we get. Be careful what you wish for.
They're trying to do what they did with Rollins. He chooses a deserving opponent type of direction, trying to make a workhorse champion. But we don't need him to be the workhorse champion. That's what the World Heavyweight title was established as. The WWE Championship was established by Roman for 4 years as the title. You see it when you see it. When you see it, it's a big deal. You see it every week. Who cares?
It doesn't mean anything.
Exactly.
If you get it all the time, and especially because he does the same promo every time, like we give us something new. Yes, I agree with you, Rhonda. Every time Cody Homelander comes out, I yawn. Yes, girl. He needs a what's the defibrillator that they put on your chest that brings you back to life. That's
Yeah.
what he needs badly.
Yeah.
What you
Yeah.
want to talk about?
You guys want to talk about?
They
I want to talk about
made
why.
a whole podcast on YouTube of that.
I love that every time, Roman came out and everyone would say, "Here we go again." It's the same thing. Oh, city, town of city, acknowledge me.
He's
Blah
gonna
blah
cheat
blah
every
blah blah.
time.
Yeah,
His
who's gonna
cousins are
come out
gonna
in the
come
black? I
out.
hear the black hoodie zipping up now. And
I'm like,
now with Cody,
it's so
he's a
funny.
champion. He's a champion and gets put through a table for 7-8 weeks in a row. And then magically comes back and then needs a dog to have aura. Like,
Oh man, those
Damn.
goalposts just keep on moving, don't they?
Now
like
It's
I
so
have
funny.
I have a quick question here. Martina, you and I were kind of talking about this at the wrestling
Yes,
experience with the
Monj.
whole thing with Cody Rhodes. Cody versus KO. Who's going to be the ones that cause shenanigans? Because there's going to be shenanigans in that match somehow.
Good
Brandon
question.
said this: they are almost forced into bloodline interference at Bash in Berlin. Cody will obviously retain, but what good would beating KO clean do? Exactly.
None.
That's
None.
exactly my point.
Exactly.
That's exactly
Yeah,
my point.
exactly. Exactly. But see, once again, they backed themselves into a corner and they made it. See, they missed the boat with this because remember how KO has said this before, and he is correct when he said that he's like he really is like the one who has been battling the bloodline for years. Like remember he
Yeah.
said that like man, I can tell you I've been battling the bloodline for years, and he's not lying when he says that. It's like they missed the boat to give him his title opportunity that to me at this point is pointless because we know he's not going to win. You know what I mean? Like it's like it kind of feels like a consolation prize, but not even that because he's not going to win. It's like consolation opportunity, I guess I should say.
Sarah says after Raw, I had very high expectations for tonight, but it fell flat. I'm disappointed in SmackDown tonight after that ending. Yeah. It and it sucks because it's like what
It's not even.
It,
It's not even a C, Earl. It's not even a C. With Roman Reigns there. It might be a D plus, and I'm being generous.
It was, and it's that I just can't stress enough that just really says a lot when your alleged face of your company is there, your champion is there. Who else was there that's a champion? What other champions were present?
LA Knight, the women's
LA
tag
Knight.
champions, the women's tag champions, and I mean that division has been
not even the women's champion.
Exactly. We didn't even get Nia Jax. We
that's
saw
true.
Miss Money in the Bank. We didn't see Nia Jax though.
That's true. We did have
the Chelsea Green,
the witches, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. We had them, and then we did have, of course, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa that are the
tag champs.
We got patches. We got patches.
Yes, we did have patches. So,
patches and botches.
No,
the point that I'm making.
Patches O'Houlihan. What movie is that from, Nick?
I don't know.
That's Dodgeball.
Dang.
The guy in the wheelchair, his name was Patches O'Houlihan.
I haven't watched it in forever. That's why Saturday when I said that I didn't even know. I just remembered that one part.
And then he got killed by the Hallmark thing.
Earl said, "Hello, Brandon. Roman had to compete by himself against Judgment Day. Judgment Day drama. Punk and McIntyre. Bronson Reed finally getting pushed, and then the Wyatt 6 debut. Exactly.
He's still carrying the company.
And if Roman wasn't on the show, I mean,
a F minus.
Like,
and see that's the point that I'm making is that how do you have that many champions on the show and it's still garbage? That's what I'm saying. Like that's not good. When you have pretty much all of your champions and it's still that bad, like that's not a good. That's something's wrong. Josh. Yeah, they botched his theme. I'm not a fan. I liked his old theme better because those opening the dum 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 Like those opening chords were
Yeah.
epic. But now
Yeah.
I like the drums, but I wish that it's not epic enough to me. We need more epicness.
He
Too
had
many
too many
ooh-ahs.
ooh-ahs. I loved it. I loved
loved
it.
I
it.
don't think I don't think you can ever have too many ooh-ahs, Monge. I don't know about that.
And then
I could
I
use
love
some more ooh-ahs myself.
I
Wait,
love
Earl, you just meant the ending. You gave the SmackDown a C, and then you go, "Oh, is that before?" I mean, my bad, my
I love
bad.
when
But
Roman
it's still a
ran
D
around
plus for me. I'm
and
giving this a straight D plus.
and then
Monge,
went through
Monge is
the
so great.
barricade, and the one part was still standing up, so he just pushed that part over.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
I saw that.
Dang. Yeah,
Let's see
he held that whole show down by himself. But that just says everything we're saying. This is like a circular defending or I shouldn't even use the word defending. I guess I should just say discussing Roman Reigns is always a circular argument because it
Yeah.
always comes back to him cleaning up other people's messes. He's still, even without the title, he's still carrying Cody. Like, come on now. Yes, Rhonda. Other than Roman, it was a letdown. Yes, I see, Monch. I agree with you. That's what they should have done. I don't. Why are they not? Why are they jumping to KO versus Cody when Randy versus Cody is right there? Is he injured?
No, it's Randy versus Gunther because what happened at the King of the Ring.
Yeah, they're
That's
visiting
right.
that part, which is like that's
If
great.
if that did not happen, we could have saw Randy and Cody.
See, you're right.
If
I
that didn't
forgot about
happen.
that. But to me, I feel like they have world class writers. They could have found a way. To me, they should have done this instead. Like I understand, but this is wrestling. They could do whatever they want to do. They jump logic all
facts.
the time.
Agreed.
They could come up with something.
And then you have to bring KO in, like Sean Ross Sapp tweeted out. Kevin Owens is such a good gap closer on like the logic of why is he getting a title shot? And then he's like, well, wait a minute. Why would Roman get a title shot? If Roman is going to get a title shot, then just give it to me. Like
yeah,
but Roman makes sense still.
True.
It still makes sense for Roman. It doesn't make sense for KO.
What Rhonda said.
Roman is coming back to handle the bloodline part of it first.
Yeah. I know, but it makes more sense than what KO is.
I don't know.
It still makes sense. He's got a rematch clause.
That hasn't been used in years, just like KO said.
I don't care. That's still in relevancy.
But I think what Mitch is saying is that at least what I'm hearing is in terms of entertainment, I think we would be more entertained.
Yeah.
I feel like it makes more sense than what KO is doing.
I think so too, because the thing with KO, like I still feel like it's a day late and a dollar short. Like, because again, he's not gonna win. I know I would be kind of mad, like, okay, I deserved the match a long time ago, and now you give it to me, and I'm definitely not gonna win. I think I would feel some type of way too.
Yeah, I mean, this one right here, Cody and Orton at bad. That's what I said. They have Josh overloaded now with top talent because it's a longer. What?
No, it's been 3 hours for a minute.
Is he talking about SmackDown?
I'm so confused.
There's no longer show. It's still.
I'm so confused. My headset is here.
KO is great. They're gonna turn him. I mean,
unnecessary.
They could end it with just a heel turn. I mean, that would be a total letdown. But it's not like they can't have Cody and Kevin main event, so that'll probably open the show, and then Gunther and Randy will close it. Would be my guess.
Which is sad. Think about what you just said.
Exactly.
When you can't have your champion main event, once again, something is terribly wrong.
We said the same thing at what Backlash or what was the one
or Clash at the Castle? Was it? It was somewhere overseas, or was it France? I think it was France.
Backlash. Yeah. Bash in Berlin will be a transition PLE. They don't make too big of plays during those paid overseas shows. That's true. That is true.
I just wanted to point out something Rhonda said real quick. I know I brought it up before, but once again, you all word things so well. Triple H bald-headed self had 5 months to develop a story for Cody, but still Roman carrying the company and him a mess. I agree that I think they're not doing a very good job of proving us wrong Okay,
Yeah.
I feel like they're continually proving us correct. Like
Yeah.
it's not that I've said this before. It's not that I wish the worst for Cody or anything like that. Like I don't like his character, but I also don't. I'm not like preying on his downfall. If he was doing well, I would give him credit. I
Yeah.
give credit when it's due, but I just don't feel like it's due.
Yeah. I mean, it comes back to, well, A, Cody, Sammy, and Trick Williams are better at chasing the titles than holding the title. And B,
Yeah, I agree.
it is
Yes.
in the documentary, Triple H said, I told Cody he's going to win the Rumble, but we still might do Rock and Roman. And Cody said, well, then what am I going to do? And Triple H says, well, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out.
That's not a good sign. Like I feel like that they told us thank you, Brooke. Yes, you Nick, you said please say what you said again because that is so profound. I never thought about that, but you said it 100% right. Run that back one more time.
Cody, Trick, and Sammy all better at chasing a title than holding a title. And Triple H didn't have any plans when Cody won the Rumble because they were going to do Rock and Roman. And apparently they still don't have any plans for the title, the guy, the face of the company,
the face of the company.
His Twitter bio literally says quarterback. Well, buddy, you are playing quarterback at a sloppy level. You're doing
Cody says that
over and over. Yeah.
He needs to do stand-up comedy because he got jokes. No sir. Okay, so who y'all know football better than me? What's the worst team in the NFL? That's who he's a quarterback for, whatever the worst team is.
Nick, who do you think? The Steelers, right?
No, not the Steelers.
Dang.
You're high.
Really, though, sir?
No,
really, sir?
I have to say the Giants.
Okay. Right? This is an unbiased question because you know I don't watch football, so whatever you say, I'm going to run with it. So so he's the quarterback for the Giants because no, sir.
Yeah, because Daniel Jones is terrible. So.
No, sir. God bless him. No, sir. If someone without the title still has to make a show that you opened, no, sir. The Cowboys, I hate them. What do you guys want to do?
I would go with the Cowboys. I would say the Cowboys or the Browns.
But the Browns don't suck, though.
The Steelers don't suck either.
I just did that to piss you off and it worked. But
I'm not pissed off.
It worked. It worked for you. But anyways, I'm trying to think. I'm really trying to think of a good one here.
Yeah, so am I. I'm trying to think of a good analogy because, like, sir, are we looking at two different things here?
So
no, sir.
We got the Giant. Oh, the Bears.
The Bears are trash. Yes.
So
the Cowboys at least
the Bears.
Brother. Okay, no, it's definitely the Cowboys because what Josh just said. They win during the regular season. The regular season would be Cody without the title. They get to the playoffs. Cody gets to the Rumble. He wins it. The Cowboys win in round 1, and then all of a sudden in round 2, Cody gets to WrestleMania, wins it. Oh my God, what do I do now? The Cowboys win round 2. If they make it to round 3, then it's oh my God, what do I do now?
Dang.
So I think it's the Cowboys, and they were donned America's team. Cody was donned. The guy. I think it's the Cowboys.
You could
Good night, Earl.
Cowboys. You could say the Cowboys. You could say the Giants. You could say the Bears. Panthers. What am I joking?
Yeah, but the Panthers.
And that makes me sad. Being from North Carolina, like I said, I try to forget it because I know
they only have one win. One or two.
I believe you. I didn't watch it, but I believe you because
I'm going with Carolina.
Do you see a reality where Roman is an ally to Cody against The Rock? No.
Oh Lord.
I don't want to live in that reality.
I don't want
I don't either, but I can see it.
I don't
Cody
want to
isn't
do
even
it.
winning the regular Fridays. Exactly.
Yes, Josh. That's true. He got pinned. Exactly. Exactly. Like today, I saw someone say this, but honestly, the more time goes by, I do have to think. I saw someone say, Triple H didn't forget that he smashed Seth Throne. Do you think he's setting him up to fail on purpose? Just like, oh yeah, you're the guy, and just like purposely making his title reign garbage.
Like, oh, I mean, I don't know. We're gonna go this way, but your Cody Crybabies wanted this way, so but I don't
God,
know. I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll figure it out.
that's
Like
such a good point.
it's just
They
it
said that.
just
But
go ahead.
what you just said, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, I'm sorry. I got too many thoughts in my head. Um, what you said is just still resonating because I've never heard anyone articulate it that way, but it's just so accurate that the chase. I feel like they literally put all their gas into the chase, and now they've been on E since WrestleMania because he
Yeah.
peaked at WrestleMania. Let's be real, he's never gonna get there again. That is
Nope.
his peak. That's the peak of his career. How is he gonna top that? Because he set himself up for it. He literally said his goal, pretty much his life goal, his words, the reason why he came back to WWE is to finish the story. Okay, so by logic, if you have done that, what do you have left, sir? Because see, that's the difference, one of the many differences between him and Roman. Roman is always saying, oh yeah, remember he was like, we already did it, we on to the next, we think about the next thing.
Yep.
Like at the press
Yep.
conferences,
It's
he's
not
like, they're like,
TikTok. We're gonna hold your
right,
attention span.
exactly.
Filet
When they're like,
mignon. It's not McDonald's. It's not Chick-fil-A. Like it just
exactly.
it is.
When he's
And
like, they're like, how do you feel about this win tonight? He's like, that was light work. We're on to the next. Versus Cody just like bask in it and bask in it and relives it. It's like, sir, but what about present day? Present
another
day.
perfect analogy and comparison to the Cowboys. Look what we did 40 years ago, 30 years ago. Look at our Super Bowl runs. Look at us in the 90s. That's great, buddy. What are you doing
Dang.
today? What are you doing
It's
today?
a whole new generation now. A lot of people don't even know that they did used to win. That's a shame.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
wish people would
y'all are
stop
really
connecting
cooking in these
Cody
comments right now.
along with the
These are,
Bloodline
yeah,
novels. Cody
yes, thank
Crybabies
you.
ran out of nappies.
They
Cody's
did.
turn is inevitable. Fan fatigue may cause happen soon. I think that's
Yep,
what they need. That's what they're going to have to do.
I think so too.
It's plain and simple. Why do
It's
people want to
because
keep intersecting Cody into Roman? He needs to make his own story without Roman.
thank you,
Yeah,
Rhonda. He
yeah.
can't. He can't. They press
This
the
one right
gas on
here,
so many.
Josh. I mean, I saw this side of the argument with Roman. With he beat everyone, so it's like, what else could they do? Then Cody comes along. He runs through the Raw roster. Okay, that's great, but he can't win the World Heavyweight title because then it would be a consolation prize. He has to win the WWE title because that's the one that Dusty had. Okay, let's send him to SmackDown. Wins a Rumble. Oh, crap, he's gonna lose. Great. All right, build him up for another year. Oh my
Yep.
gosh, he's gonna win the Rumble again. Great. Okay, now he has to win, right? Yeah. Here comes The Rock. Oh no. Enter Cody Crybabies.
Yep. They think about that. What just even the way you described it, think about that. Okay, Dwayne has been out making his millions and millions for how long? They literally had to bring back The Rock. Just think about that for a second. They
Yep.
plucked this man from Hollywood to help
Yep.
Cody, and still like, what else can you do? They're gonna need to call Jesus himself. They got Roman, they got The Rock. I mean, what else do you need, sir? What else can they do for him? John Cena too. They brought out John Cena. They brought out the big guns. Like,
Yeah. I mean
they brought out the Undertaker. Who else they gonna bring out? I know a lot of
yeah,
people want Stone Cold, but I feel like I don't think he's gonna do that.
He's not.
it's the same thing every
Every
single night.
single night. He's
Suffering
not wrong.
succotash, son.
My God. That
Yeah, I
promo
mean,
still is better than half of Cody's promos. Let's be all the way real.
So you want a hot take? Solo
let's hear it.
promos
I
within the
do.
last month were better than Cody Rhodes.
Absolutely.
Yes, I agree. And
Absolutely.
this is something I said for the longest. I find it very interesting that they have kept LA Knight and Cody away from each other. Because remember, LA Knight came out to congratulate him when he had his celebratory party
Yes.
after the win, and they
Yes.
have not crossed paths since. And you know why?
Exactly.
Because LA would cook him to death.
Yes.
He would not be able to. They
Now,
protect him a lot.
quick question: did Logan Paul cook Cody on the mic?
I think so.
Yeah, I
Nick?
honestly, I mean, their feud feels like so long ago that I just
That's true.
and Cody. I mean, it's probably because I was just like, I just don't care. it was nowhere near what Logan and Roman did. So I'm just like,
True.
I don't care. And there was so much hate around it. I was tired of people saying, "Why are they doing champion versus champion?" And who else were they going to put against Cody at a Saudi show? What better way to get
Mm.
both titles on the
They
show?
wanted it. They wanted it to be Logan.
Well, exactly. I mean,
Saudi
they
wanted it. Yeah.
Coin.
Exactly. And people
That's
were
my
still
language. If you guys
crying
understand,
about it.
that's my language.
Moolah la. Greenbacks. That's what that was.
Nick knows
Your
why I
story
said that.
ended. Let me talk to you. Your story ended a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're not even
it did.
calling it story anymore. It's
Oh.
novel.
Oh,
I'm
that's
telling
okay.
you.
Maj didn't know. I don't think he was in the last. I don't think he knew.
Yeah.
What he's saying is, the running joke is that for those that weren't on our last live, Cody has ruined the word story for us. That we have story fatigue. We're over it. That we can't even use that word anymore. So now we're saying novel, poem, paragraphs, literally anything but story because I'm over it. I don't want to hear a story ever again. I'm tired of it, especially because it's not finished.
I got Cody's title run fatigue, and it's only been 124 days. So, Josh says neither one of them are memorable. I mean, the build up to Logan and Roman, with of course, the no one's on my level. If I had a button, you wouldn't be able to find it. Blah blah blah. Whatever that the build to that was way better than whatever. I mean, they built it up around Cody being a prime athlete and Logan saying that he wanted Cody at WrestleMania. So then they used that to kind of build to it or whatever. And I'm a big Logan Paul guy, and the match was great. Obviously, it's going to be great. But the build to it was just like, okay, that's fun, great,
Like an afterthought.
whatever.
But that led to Roman's arguably best promo with the My Camera.
No, that one was years. That one was.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that was before.
That was way back. That
Oh
was
no, he's
Logan?
saying. Oh, it wasn't.
That was in
It
like
was with Logan.
No, it wasn't. That was with Brock.
No,
Oh.
I think it was Logan.
Mitch, I was at that SmackDown. It was with Brock. That was
Oh.
that was WrestleMania. That was leading to WrestleMania 38. I was there in person. That was when he came out. He told Brock he was some kind of a dumbass, and then he said,
"Oh yeah.
Cameraman, this is my cameraman. You see these people? These are my people. You see this commentary team? These are my commentators because they all acknowledge me.
Me.
I was. There.
I love how you got it word for word, bar for bar.
I was there. I was walking into the Giant Center, and everyone. That was when they announced that it was going to be title for title at 38, and everyone was pissed.
You got a piece of history there. That's awesome. You can tell your grandkids that one day. I remember I was there that day. You gave that promo.
All right, guys. I'm gonna head on out. I did 4 shows today.
Yeah,
we'll allow it.
Yeah. We can rant on Cody and his lackluster run as quarterback for another 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And then
I got a live show at 10:30 in the morning, and then I got Olympic basketball tomorrow.
Yep.
Oh,
that's
man.
The gold medal game, right?
Yeah, 3:30.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. See you guys.
We got our meeting tomorrow too, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Perfect.
Yep.
All right,
Mitch. Take care.
We will continue to let Cody have it. There goes Mitch. Yeah, No, I was there. I was definitely there.
That's so cool, man.
I was.
I went to a Raw in 22, and that was, I guess, like my claim to history is I'm pretty sure. Now, I haven't done all the research on this, but I am pretty sure that this was the last Raw before Judgment Day turned on Edge. Because doesn't that feel ancient to say? A lot of people probably don't even remember that Edge founded Judgment Day.
I just saw a picture the other day of the original Judgment Day was Rhea, Damian, and Edge, and then the picture of the new one, and none of the original members are left.
Yep. It feels like ancient history now, and that's wild. That was only 2 years ago.
Would Cody be over this over without the woe? Probably not.
Yeah. And to be real with you, okay, let's just fantasy book here for a second. Okay, cool. At Bash at Berlin, he beats Kevin, he retains. Okay, the next, is there a pay-per-view in I'm sorry, a PLE in September? Not October, but September?
I'm trying to think. PLEs.
Because I'm like, okay, I know we got Bad Blood in October, but I want to say there's not one in September, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I think they made a Saudi show in November 2nd, and then
Yeah.
also Survivor Series, because they skip over both September and because they're doing NXT No Mercy as a PLE in September. That's on September 1st. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what it is. So
Yep.
that's even more scary that, okay, Cody, after he beats Kevin, what is he going to do until Bad Blood? Just duck and dodge Randy or something?
Yeah,
Or
exactly. It's, we have the supposed trade that happened that sent Randy to Raw, but A-Town Down Under was on Raw, and now they're back on SmackDown. So how long is that going to go? They didn't address that. All they
they
said
did
was
not.
we dealt a little business, is what Pierce said on Monday night. Cody and Logan wasn't memorable on the mic. It wasn't. Logan and Roman was.
Oh yeah. Roman, he's made the only. Yeah, honestly, I think he made. If he said that about LA Knight. Remember, he's like, "We made you famous. They say your name now." He did elevate. Yeah, he spoken and spun like a true. Yeah, I don't. My point in bringing it up is I honestly do not see how he has any tricks left until he turns heel. What is he gonna do?
Yeah, I mean,
who is he gonna beat? Just run through everybody?
Yeah, I mean, we could sit here and look at the roster, but it's like it's everyone has either been beaten down by the bloodline, or Carmelo Hayes, I think, was the one, was the first one that Cody wrestled at the draft, which probably would have been his first, and it wasn't even a title match. He just
Yeah.
he just had a match. Like,
they were wasting time on. Actually felt bad because it was not even. Yeah, that I felt like they could have done that at the Performance Center. I'm like, why are y'all doing this on Raw? That was. I feel like they did that. Coming to think of it, wasn't that the Raw after Mania? Wasn't that? You think that was their way of saying, "Oh, he's a fighting champion," like hit the ground running?
Was that the Raw after Mania, or was that after the draft?
Oh, you're right. That's what it was. Raw
I
after
think it was the draft, because
right.
It was on SmackDown.
That's right.
It was on SmackDown.
That's right.
So, I mean, right. I mean, and also AJ Styles was rumored to return tonight. Didn't. So AJ Styles is out there, but again, I don't want to see Cody and AJ Styles again.
Oh, for God's sake, no! I do not.
I mean, Baron Corbin was active tonight, but he's doing the tag thing with Apollo Crews. So it's like, who cares? Bobby Lashley, his contract's over. He's still on the roster, but his contract is about to expire. Giovanni Vinci's coming back, maybe for the Italy pay-per-view, if they actually do that.
You're right, because everybody else is tied up. Like he,
LA Knight, US champion. Logan Paul, he's going to be out for a while. He's going to go have a baby. Luke Gallows, Montez Ford, tag division. Randy Orton, apparently on Raw. Santos Escobar, doing what he's doing in the mid card. Shinsuke Nakamura, he doesn't care about moments anymore. He just wants to get paid. And then you got Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and then Tommaso Ciampa, Tonga Loa, and that's the entire men's roster.
That's it. Everybody's tied up. It's like, I feel like the Grinch when he's like, I'm booked.
Yeah.
Everybody's booked and busy. Oh no, don't, Brandon, don't speak that evil over us. Don't speak that evil over us. No, she's worse than he is.
Who the hell told you tonight was open mic night, bitch?
God, oh my God.
It was after the draft, and a lot of talent was still out recovering when Carmelo Hayes wrestled Cody. The draft. They did Carmelo and Cody because he was just drafted to SmackDown on that night.
Yeah, and Cody's like Mon said earlier, you get a shot, and you get a shot, you get a shot. I'll give you a match. It's fine. I'll give you a match. Even though that made no sense.
if they revisited this one, or somehow spun this one, Punk's on Raw though, so it's like, what are we gonna do
Yeah.
with the WWE draft? But yeah, I think did they
Yes,
did they
Rhonda.
just get did
Yeah.
they just get a new puppy or something? So she'll be.
She got her hands tied up, which that's fine. That's fine. But I am a little. I'm like, Brandy, you got to give him some better ideas. Maybe I don't know something, because even so, okay, when he does face Randy, he's gonna still retain. He's just gonna
Yeah,
retain. How long is he gonna retain? For God's
that's why I
sake.
said I see at no longer than a year. Like,
Because yeah, Rock isn't gonna go to just a random. He's gonna want to win at Mania.
yeah. And then, that can set up for, but then that's going to push Roman and Rock for a whole nother year.
Oh,
So,
that's right. That's right. So
um,
when might we get Rock and Cody? You're right, because yeah, we need Roman versus Rock at WrestleMania, as we should have gotten before. You're right.
yeah,
I don't want that to get delayed again. Maybe they could do it. What's
I,
between now and maybe Raw? I don't know.
well, we got, Crown Jewel is
Yeah,
also early November, and then Survivor Series, and then Rumble
yeah,
is February. I'm sure
that's
they'll do
true.
Elimination Chamber in March. Um, it has to be minimum of a year. They built him up for two. Exactly. And he even said it that
But,
he tried to hold the title without having the title in his
mm-hmm,
build up. He said that on the Pat McAfee show
he did.
before after he won the title. So it's like, if you really think about it, he's been the guy, the quarterback, and the champ for, if you really want to say it, you could make a case for it for 3 years. The second he came back and then was over. So it's like, really, we've been dealing with the guy at the top of the mountain, at the lower peak of the mountain for three
Yep.
years, and
Yep.
everyone cried that Roman held it for four. Well, I mean,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I see where
one
you're going.
one year of
Those
Roman,
goalposts. Yep.
we got how many people elevated? I'm just saying,
Yep.
the title
And
is
in
too
the
big
3 months that
for
he was
Cody's
gone,
shoulder.
look at what happened. People were chanting for him the next night. Like, we want, thank you, Roman. We want Roman. Pretty much every time Solo came out, they did it to troll him. Several times when Cody was out there, the public outcry for him was so big that just goes to show you that they were hurting without him, man.
Yep,
What did he
yep.
say?
And
What
the
did Brooke say?
fact
Wait
that,
till they start filming that new. Oh, girl. Oh, they done. It comes out in November.
yeah, yeah, they finished that because the second he was done with Mania, he went and did
Oh,
promos for Moana, and then was instantly back to Maui and singing and whatnot.
dancing like Maui.
Yeah,
I think
that
I
was
thought about
hilarious.
something. I think she's saying the live action one, because that much is true. They
That's
are
true.
filming
That's
a live
true.
action
That is
Moana.
true. That is
So
true.
but I don't think he's in
Um,
it. I think he's
he
directing or something, but who
he
knows?
no, he's in it. He's in it.
Oh, he
But
is.
he was doing the MMA movie that first, and that's where he hurt his elbow.
Yeah.
So that's where he
The
hurt his
people's
elbow.
elbow? Was it the
Uh,
people's elbow?
I think it was the one that he sold the ever living piss out of that from the spear with Roman.
The
Um,
That's true. That's true.
WrestleMania 2 nights, Rock Cody night. Well, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see them, because then if they, like, I don't know. I'm tired of I still think it should be the women should main event one night, the men should main event the other. Like that, it's just like,
Hmm.
you build up the Rumble for this big match and opportunity to pick your like they even promote it. You win the Rumble, you get to main event WrestleMania, and yet
Right.
Becky Lynch is the last is not the last. I guess saw what Bianca did it against Sasha
Mm-hmm.
in the main event, but even then it was not Becky Lynch is. People make that argument of 2 night Mania. You can only have it's only one main event. Well, whatever.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
did it this year because, yeah, the crybabies basically Debo their way into that.
And I even
Um,
called it. I called the tag match.
yeah,
Josh and I were
I did
sitting.
too.
I called the tag match immediately.
Yeah.
I
I
barely
saw
watched
that
after
too.
WrestleMania. It didn't keep my interest at all. I
Me-
started to lose the bug for it for
Very
sure,
dry.
for
Which is
sure.
not what you want. Like, what does that say? Like, in by their words, it was the greatest WrestleMania of all time. I don't agree with that, but that's what they said. Their words, the best,
I,
the most profitable, yada yada. What does that tell you if the product took such a nosedive afterwards? Like something is wrong. That's very
exactly.
interesting. From here to here in 2.5, it's only August. We're not talking 2 or 3 years later. We're talking a few
Yeah.
months later. Just
How do you top 40? What can you do to top 40? It's obviously going to have to include
Rock, Rock
Roman
versus Roman. Yeah,
and The Rock,
exactly. Exactly.
Punk
Exactly.
and Seth
Yep.
Rollins,
Yep.
Becky versus Charlotte, Tiffany versus Charlotte,
Yeah, there you
uh,
go. There you go.
like
Bianca versus Jade. I
Bianca
need that
versus
one.
Jade.
They and that so yeah, I mean everybody we named, I mean, who is Cody gonna face at Mania? Is that what you think? Did we say Randy? Is that what they're going for?
I'm guessing Randy and Cody at Bad Blood. Rock beats
Oh,
Cody at the Rumble, builds up the Tribal Chief feud. Once Rock has the Tribal Chief is the Ulafala. That's what Cody and or Roman and Solo are about to have their feud over. Not the title.
mm-hmm.
The title is
Yeah, that's
pointless.
true.
The title is
Yeah,
pointless.
the title's an afterthought at this point. It's just everything that we just said that pretty much leaves Cody pointless at WrestleMania 41
Yeah,
because
yeah.
everything we named that was a great card. You just booked a great card and Cody wasn't even
Without
on it.
mentioning Cody.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And it didn't
Other
it
than
didn't sound
Roman
bad.
getting his title back, I'm tired of Cody's name being next to Roman.
Yes, I do feel like he is very shamelessly riding his coattails because he makes sure to name drop him every promo. And I beat the tribal chief. I'm like, oh my god, I hate every day. I feel like he is gonna hold on. He's gonna ride that to the wheels fall off to the grave. He's gonna be on his deathbed like I beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. Like, dude, okay, we get it, but what have you done since then, sir?
I had an idea or a saving grace moment.
Okay.
January 2025, Netflix and Raw. You know damn well Netflix is gonna want the OTC,
Oh
and
yeah.
you know that SmackDown USA is gonna want to keep Cody. So that is our
Mm,
saving grace moment to finally split those two,
that's
and
true.
and
Oh,
that that
can't come fast enough.
because
That is true. I thought
then
about that too.
you can have Roman jump right over, and whoever is holding the world heavyweight title, if it's Gunther, Roman can lose a match or two against Gunther. Sure, build up the title a little bit with Gunther, and then have Roman win that one and go off on that.
You
Because
you hit the I was thinking of the same thing. I said this, I kind of touched on that on the bloodline effect. I said that Roman, I would love to see him just like ignore Cody basically. Which he
exactly,
honestly kind of has, to be real with you. I'd like to see him just ignore him and like go get another title like the world heavyweight title. I would like to see him get that
exactly.
honestly to prove a point. If nothing else but to prove a point that no matter what titles he has, it could be the 24/7 title. He's still going to be the guy. You know what I mean? Like it's not the title
Move up,
itself; it's
move
the
over,
man
little
holding it.
bro. Move over,
Right?
little bro.
Like that's what the
He's
vibe that I got when he came back and he was standing there looking at him at SummerSlam. I felt like he was like, "The adults are back in the room. I'm here. You've done a terrible job while I was gone." He took it from Triple H said it himself. I don't know why this is an argument. Triple H, his own words at the press conference, he said Roman Reigns at the top of this industry. His words. Okay, so if he's at the top of the industry, where does that leave Cody? Roman told him, "You're a good number two." Remember that? Like, no, 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 I'm not taking anything away from you. You're a good number two.
Roman is the guy. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Maybe
Maybe
get
they
some
get.
punk.
I
Hmm.
mean,
Senior
you know,
versus senior. Okay. I
I
mean, it
still
would.
think Punk and Rollins needs to happen at Mania.
I yeah, because that's another one that they've been pining for how many years? We never thought
Exactly.
we'd get.
and now Seth is hurt again. He can take some time. They can get the trilogy with Mac and Cryer and Punk out of the
Mac and
way.
Cryer.
Mac and Cryer out of the way. And then he can scurry on up and face Gunther, take a couple chops and cry some more.
Dang.
Gunther can say, "You will not disrespect this great sport," and then no one makes me bleed my own blood.
That's exactly what
is sacred. This
Yep.
title, I am going to elevate it like I did the IC. And they can go and do that.
Booked.
That's
it.
Like, Gunther is no better than Cody right now with the same thing every
Yep.
single
Yep.
week. It's
I
like
agree.
over and over again.
I do agree with you on that. And I still stand by that. I said this at the end of WrestleMania, and I still say it now. I don't think they ever should have taken the IC title off of Gunther. He was perfect with it. He was doing it. I know, I get it. He held it for a long time, but he did it well. No one has. I mean, I know Braun Breaker just got it, but to me, Sammy did the same thing Cody did. Like, you went from here to here, Roman to Cody, Gunther to Sammy. To me, it's that same. It's a dip.
Better at chasing titles than holding titles.
Ding 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 ding. You can do a whole episode on that alone, because you got my wheels turning when you said that. Like, I'm like, that is so true, because you can't say it any better than that. That's 100% true. It's like they spent all their gas on that, and then they've been running on E ever since.
Yep, and they did the same thing with Trick Williams.
Yes,
they do the same thing with Trick Williams. I mean,
yes, they sure did.
It sucks, but
yep. You could actually argue, I'm thinking about the women. You could argue that they did that with this most recent run with Bayley, because when she won at WrestleMania, that didn't really do anything for her either. This most recent run was very mid.
And it sucks because she deserves so much better.
She does.
Even with Io, when she held the title, I mean, name one match that Io had.
Chet, help me out here. And it's not that she's bad. In my opinion, I like Io, but I don't feel like they don't give her the tools to succeed. Like I said with Andrade, good in the ring, but they don't. I'm like, help them out, give them a friend, give them a manager, give them something.
Yeah.
Sammy's run was a waste.
Braun beating Gunther at WrestleMania 41 would have been exactly.
That's what they should have done.
Exactly. Build Braun up for a whole year. Let him run through everyone.
Yep.
Shoot. Exactly.
I have a thought. This is gonna sound kind of crazy. I would rather see Braun Breaker have Cody's title and Cody have Braun's title. He would make a good IC champ. I would. Yeah. It's a mid-card title. That would be fine for him. I think Braun Breaker would be he would be a more believable, let's just be real, a more believable champion.
Oh, yeah.
He, like you just said, he runs through everybody. He's fierce. He's young. He's able, agile, mobile, all those things.
His first promo with the IC title was him pointing to the nameplate saying, "This is bolted to my title. No one's taking this from me." And then you got Cody. Yes. Hey, here's a title shot. Here's a title shot. Here's a title shot. You're not going to take it from me because I'm the guy. I'm the quarterback. But here,
I beat Roman Reigns. Did you know that I beat Roman Reigns? Did I mention? Did I ever tell you about the time I beat Roman Reigns? And by the way, Bloodline Rules. That's my match because I won both of them, so that's mine. Brooke, we were talking about this one time. It was kind of funny when he gave The Rock the title. We're like, Roman would never do that. He literally handed when he's like, "Can I hold it?" And he gave it to him. I'm like, who would do that?
It's like that episode of SpongeBob where he's Plankton's teaching him how to be mean. Good, now let him have it. You can have it.
That's such a good analogy. Like this dude was just beating the blood out of you in the rain a few weeks ago, and you let him hold it. Like, dude, no, fool. Why would you do that? And of course, now we got the pictures of Rock holding the title, looking better with it than Cody. Rick, why won't they make that title smaller for him? He looks like he's carrying a sofa. Why won't they give him a smaller belt?
It's like when little bro tries to cosplay his favorite wrestler and carries the title into into an event.
That is what it's like. It's like you put his name or his little skull thing on there. You put his logo on there, but you couldn't make it smaller. Like, y'all have money, you can make it smaller. It would look better.
Man.
It's still too big for him.
Yeah.
Cody, Rhonda, yes. That you're right, because I don't think he's turned. The only one they did it tonight. This was the first one he's turned down. He turned Solo down for a rematch, and he's like, "No, you're delusional if you think you get a rematch." I'm like, "You've been giving everybody else one. Why not him?" Okay, sir.
I hope when
yes, Brandon, I agree.
Weekend, they could make a nice brother novel with that. Yeah, I see that his contract was coming up.
I think you did. And see, I've seen mixed things. I saw that, but then I also heard he was retiring, but he is still fighting. So I don't know how true that is. But, you know, with him, I said this before and I'll say it again. I also feel like they missed the boat with bringing him in. They should have brought him in during Cody's chase.
Exactly.
You know, he's alive. He's well. I feel like I have a theory about this. One of two things. But okay, both of these are billion-dollar corporations. I feel like if there's money, there's a lot. Money is not an issue. If they really wanted to, they could have sucked up their pride and somehow or another got him over there one way or another. But then again, I thought about it. Cody loves himself. He might not have wanted him to come in there and steal his shine. Because then it might seem like, oh, you know, can't take away from me. This is my story. I'm finishing the story. But it would have helped him. I think it would have helped. I mean, your brother is alive. Are you not doing this for your family?
He still needed the Cody Vengers to help him anyway.
Right. Exactly. You brought in what did we say though? He needed he needed the whole Hall of Fame classes, all the Hall of Fame classes to help him as a face. At the we had to add that in there. Faces doing heel things. You know.
But hey, it's okay when the quarterback does it.
My God. Apparently, the rules they change every day.
That's probably why Cody wants the winged eagle title instead.
Hey, Jeffrey. Yes, really. Yeah, I know.
Give Cody the title that.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get rid of that so fast.
No,
go back.
Good.
Let's see.
You're good. Yeah.
Yes.
They were in such a rush.
Man, they took them plays off before the show was even over. I was like, wait a minute. Y'all are a little bit too much of a rush for me. I was like, oh. Did feel like they were like, get out of here, Roman. Cody's the champ now. Bye-bye.
Beat it. Then on the Pat McAfee show, they even talked about it. Are you going to bring back the winged eagle? And Cody said, well, I'm old-fashioned. This is the one that they handed me off of Roman in the ring, so I'll carry this one around. And if it was up to me, I would definitely bring back the one that I'm accustomed to, and blah, blah, blah. But that's not up to me. That's up to the big guy. So it's like
passive aggressive.
You know, it it is so crazy. And even like on the press conferences, the last one for SummerSlam, Cody, I don't even think Cody was on it.
Oh no, he was there. He was there.
Really?
Yeah, you don't remember that he was at the end talking about how because let me tell you.
No, they ended it with Punk and McIntyre.
Well, no, he was there because remember he was saying. Remember the reporters kept asking questions about Roman, and he was getting flustered.
The kickoff one.
Oh, the kickoff. You're right. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Not the post one. The kickoff one. They ended it with Punk and McIntyre.
That is true. That is true.
That could have main evented SummerSlam.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, it could have. Yep. And honestly,
that was the post one. Yeah.
Yeah. The match.
The pre one, the kickoff one that they did the Friday before SmackDown.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, we've been saying it all night for an hour and 10 minutes now. They backed themselves into a corner, and now they're just like, oh, let's try this.
Literally, and you would think. I mean, they've had so much. Yeah, I know, right? Yes, really. They were acting a pure fool in that conference. They had so much time. I think that's just like the disappointing thing. You had 2+ years to plan this out. And even in the documentary, that was one of my biggest gripes with that joke of a documentary. I'm like, y'all, they told us a bunch of nothing. I felt like they spent like an hour elaborately saying that we're just winging this, like creatively, politically correctly saying, like, I mean, we gonna make him. We made him the champion, or we were gonna make him the champion, but after that, we don't really know. Okay, bye.
All while they did it, they did that while making everyone look like a team player, look like everyone was behind it. Um,
Yes, yes, they did. They
except Roman.
noticed. I was just
Like Roman's
Roman
thinking,
said, as
uh,
long as we swerved him, we did our job, and that was
yeah,
it.
yeah,
He had
and
one line.
secretly he's thinking, man, I could have gone a whole nother. I could have broken Hogan's record. I could have gotten to the second longest
Man,
one. Like at this point, I would rather see him
ooh,
go for Bruno's record. Like,
ooh, don't get me started. We have like I'm in a few, group chats, we have talked about this extensively, that especially now, we, it's like insult to injury. Like exactly. I'm like, he was so close, because let's be real, we're not going to see that again in our lifetime. Maybe like our great great grandkids, but in our lifetime, no one else is going to come close like that. And I'm like, you let him get so far. Honestly, I thought, I was not 100% sure, 100% sure that he was going to lose at Mania. I really
no,
wasn't. I was not
no.
100% sure. For that reason, I was like, he's so close. Maybe they are going to let him go all the way. But then after night one, then that's when I was like, okay, never mind. After night one.
Do you know the date that he needed to get to break Hogan's record?
No, what is the exact date?
September 14th.
Dang. That's like barely a month from now.
And it's a
And he's
Saturday.
still saving them. It's a Saturday, and he's still saving them.
It's a Saturday. It could have been on a paper. It could have been on a premium live event. And now look, they don't have a September premium live event.
So who in the world were they, just like throwing darts blindfolded, drunk in the rain or something? Like what? That's crazy. I knew it was
Oh,
close, but no, I didn't know all the things you just said.
yep,
Ain't that
yep,
and then, I can't
yep.
help but to think, because see, we did not hear from Roman, and I just want to know why. Why did Roman just not want to talk about it? Maybe he's over it. Maybe he was just over it.
And
Because it
there's a quote of him that was going around, or a video saying about, he said, this is what we did in 4 years. Imagine what we can do a decade from now. Like, I mean,
wild. That's wild. Everything you just said, like we could have gotten cinema, as he says, and now we have. What you guys want to talk about? Ain't that something, man? You got it. And Roman, it's just so funny. It goes back to like I know I say this in jest, but it's true. Roman might tell you a joke, but he'll never tell you a lie. He said he told Cody, even if you got this, you wouldn't know what to do with it. You can't handle the
yep,
responsibility, and he was
yep.
right. Like you got what you've been begging and crying and pleading for, and now what?
So did all the Cody crybabies, and now they don't know what to do.
Like they're kind of
Not
letting
even
them.
Not even a full 24 hours later, the crowd was chanting, "We want Roman." He kicked off the
That
Raw after WrestleMania as the new champion, as the face, as the quarterback, and they were chant immediately, "We want Roman."
immediately.
He barely even got the
No,
whoa, and
that's
it was
right.
whoa. We fucked up.
Yep. You could see him getting flustered. Like he is not good at hiding his emotions. Like he was holding the mic, and you could see him getting flustered. I'm like, how did you not know that was going to happen? I feel like can't even talk. I can't even say their name. The Cody crybabies, they really disproportionately had people out here thinking that nobody liked Roman at all. And I
Yeah,
think now that they're like, it's like, the empty wagon makes the most noise, right? Like this very small amount of people has them thinking that the people who have supported and who have become fans, to be real with you, over the last 4 years, they were acting like nobody liked him. They're acting like no one was buying his merch. They were acting like nobody was coming to these shows. I'm like, he led you to the most successful era in wrestling. How did you possibly think that no one was going to say something? I felt like they just want us to just shut up and be quiet and accept Cody.
and
No.
what better way to wrap that that part, like literally, I mean, they ended an era and got started a new one. What better way to do that than have Roman, the face still to this day of WWE, end the old era by beating The Rock, one of the biggest faces of that era. Come on. But no,
100%.
Cody crybabies want to play their they're gonna tweet about it.
They are. They're 100% that
Oh,
it's
God.
man, we got robbed. The more I sit here, the more mad I get. We got robbed. We got robbed.
No, I had said immediately, I was like, why don't they do Roman and The Rock at WrestleMania? They do Punk and Cody at WrestleMania, right? Or
Yep.
whatever. Or I guess it would have been Cody, Punk and Seth, whatever it
Mhm.
was. Then you can continue to build Cody up again for 2.5 years of him continuing to build him up. Have Roman break Hogan's record and have Cody win the damn thing at Survivor Series in Madison Square Garden, where Dusty won it but didn't win it.
Dang. That was
And
they need to
then
hire this man. Hire this man.
you got 2 months until the Rumble, and then you get an actual new star winning the Rumble, not Cody for the third time, because he needs
Oh my
3
God.
shots, 3 chances to of an automatic title shot. You get a
Dang.
new star winning the Rumble, and then you have that at 41.
Beautiful. And that made sense. It was fair. Everything you just said, that was a perfect plan. That was a perfect plan.
And then all at the same time, Roman goes away in November, comes back at the Rumble, and doesn't win. It comes back in whatever way he comes back, but then immediately or he stays out until the draft and then shows up as the number 1 pick to Raw on Netflix.
Cooking, cook.
I mean,
In an alternate universe, man.
we ain't got to
That
get over the coat. Never.
no. I'm never gonna forgive them.
Roman didn't finish his novel. Beating The Rock would have led to the greatest novel line of Cody beating him. Everyone would have been happy. Exactly. We would have been happy.
Because even the crybabies, honestly, let's be real, they never stopped crying. They're still crying now because all they say now is, y'all still can't get over that Cody won. He's the champion. Get over it. Even we are not even talking to them. And the people in the chat, I'm sure y'all have seen, like, we'll be minding our bloodline business, minding our Roman business, and they're coming on our tweets. You need to get over it. I'm not going to get over it. I'm not. I will not. I won't. No. Now what? I'm not going to get over it. Now what? No.
See, this one, I would flip it. Heel, the final boss, The Rock as the final boss and the heel against this Roman that we're going to get that we're getting live and in living color right now was regarded as the biggest match possible in pro wrestling for years. It doesn't have that level of appeal anymore. I mean, you can play it this way now. You had the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity before. They did the press conference felt bigger than what a UFC press conference feels like. I mean, come on.
It did.
And then Cody
yes.
Play on out like he does. I won the Royal Rumble. I get to choose. You don't get to choose. I get to choose.
No, I choose you. You're like, but sir, but that whole thing was just. I remember in real time watching that. Talked about seeing history. I remember looking at that like, what's going on? What's happening? What are we doing? What's going on here?
And then Seth walks his merry on way out. Probably can't even actually walk. He's
oh my God, torn. He's pieced together with Cadisio tape and prayers. My goodness.
That's another aspect of it. Cody needed help from Seth Rollins to make something of that the whole thing. Like,
and even that partnership never made sense to me either. He beat Rollins 3 times.
That's what I'm saying.
He beat the novel. Brooke said the novel was taking me out. Yeah, he beat him 3 times, and now he's his best friend and he's his shield. Okay, I guess. Okay.
It kind of goes back to them squashing their beef at Survivor Series. So I do get it. And it's like everyone, again, the Cody crybabies were everyone was calling for, again, making Cody, be able to play the victim. Seth is going to turn on Cody.
Yeah,
Seth is going to turn on Cody. Why?
I did think he was going to turn on her though.
Why?
I did think he was.
Never even crossed my mind. I immediately went to the tag match. Immediately went to the tag match. Immediately.
Well, oh, it did. I saw it. I saw that as well, but I still thought he was going to turn on him. See, this was what I said, and I'm pretty sure I said this in a show somewhere. I thought he was going to turn on him, not out of how do I say this? Not out of like love
jealousy,
for Roman so much, but more
like
just like Joker.
I mean,
exactly, like the Shield.
I would have liked to see him do that part and like, for the Shield, and then set it up. If anyone's gonna end this, it's gonna be me, to prove that I'm the guy from the Shield.
I am the guy. That's what I thought they were gonna do. I thought he was gonna turn on him to be just chaos. Joker chaos. Watch the whole world burn. If I can't be the champ, you can't either, type of thing. Oh boy!
They honestly should have had Cody beat Seth to see how he carried the heavyweight title, and that would have turned this fit. But again, then that's just a consolation prize. It's not the one that does be held.
Which is I'm like, oh, okay. They relied on that too heavily. They relied on that way too heavily. They relied on it, but then not at the same time. Because I'm like, okay. It's you have to win the title that he didn't win. Okay, I understand that. But once again, they never laid out, because it's like, how are you so hell-bent on the storyline, but then you don't have any plans for after it? I think that's the piece that just, it's like you want it to make sense, but then it's like you cared so much, but you didn't care enough to plan after it, that I don't understand that thought process at all.
And that circles back to better at chasing the title, just like Dusty was.
It's a circle.
Just like Dusty was. Question. I didn't watch that. That's way before my time. But I'm guessing that's, given that he won it but didn't really win it. Whatever. Was he better at chasing the title? Oh, look at that. Cody's just like Dusty. So it goes back to that. It goes back to that.
It does. Oh, Cody, man. Maybe he needs to be like The Rock and hire his own writer. The Rock's got his own writer. Maybe that's what he needs. Or worse yet, maybe he has them. If he has them, fire them.
Facts.
Look, they're not doing a good job.
This one right here, the Shield callback to Roman's betrayal, was pretty awesome in that main event. And that's, again, people took away this and the fact that Seth Rollins was the MVP of both nights. And again, where does that put Cody?
That's what I was about to say. Cody was. That's exactly what I thought. I'm like, even Triple H himself tweeted out that Rollins is the MVP. I was like, that's. I don't think that's had the effect that they wanted it to have. Like, I agree with you, but do you see how that's sad? That
Houston, we have a problem.
We do indeed. We were emotional about Roman losing. I'm still emotional to this day, to be real. I'm still not over it. I think it was Tati that said, she's like, girl, it's fine. I'm still not over them ending the Undertaker streak. I'm like, okay, I feel better. Oh my gosh.
This one right here, too. Brandon makes a great point.
I'm like, all right.
The whole WWE title lineage is a complete mess. If we're being really honest, these current belts are a far cry from the old ones and those in dust. So, I mean,
that's true.
Like I said, I didn't watch back when. The Winged Eagle is what it is. I like the current design of just, it looks current, modern, whatever. But whenever they unified it at 38, that's whenever everything was Roman could have kept things going with just the Universal title. He could have kept going with the blue one. That would have been fine and dandy. Why unify them? Because then Cody could have stayed on Raw. His happy little ass could have stayed on Raw with the WWE title, and Roman would still be champ, and we would be a month away from witnessing history yet again because of Roman Reigns.
That's true. That's 100% true. It is interesting that they changed the name and everything now that Cody has it, because before Roman was the undisputed. It was like 8 names, the undisputed
WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion, and now it's just the undisputed WWE Championship. Like
Yeah, like
pretty soon they're going to drop the undisputed part and just call it. I mean, I call it now the WWE Championship.
I do too. I do too. Yeah, when Samantha Urban would introduce him, I'm like, she was talking for like a whole minute, saying all his titles. But yeah, you're right. Which again, if you're going, so you can change the name, but again, he had to win the one that Dusty had. Like we pick and choose when we want to stay true, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. There's just so
yes, I agree
many.
with what Jeffrey just said. That's the prettiest one of all. I agree. The Stone Cold one. That's the best one they've ever had. I remember it like as soon as you said that. I have a vivid memory of him slugging beers and holding it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's pointless now. We can throw out everything they should have done, and it's just coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Shoulda,
And
shoulda, woulda.
and now it's you get a title shot. You get a title shot. You get a title shot. I beat Roman Reigns. I beat Roman Reigns. I'm 2-0 in the bloodline rules matches. I beat Solo Sikoa. I beat
That's it.
the tribal chief, and then I beat the cosplay tribal chief. I beat him so bad that the real tribal chief had to come back, but I beat him, so he doesn't get a second shot because I already beat him.
And I beat both of them in bloodline rules matches. Don't forget that. Don't forget it. Gotta add all that in there. But
I
you've
beat the
got to.
cosplay one without my Cody Vengers.
Oh my god, I'm tired of the Cody Vengers too. I'm tired of that. They better not do that again. I'll say that if they try and do bloodline rules again, I'm going to be so upset because it was trifling both times. Do not run it back again. When they're showing him tapping on the belt with the three, I'm like, how do you feel about that, Nick? How do you feel about Rowan versus Cody 3?
I I wouldn't mind it. I would want to see. I don't even know who I would want to see win because it's just like if they have Roman win, it's just because they completely lost faith in Cody, and it's like, okay, Roman here, take it back and save us, and then they can
Right?
they can have Cody win the Rumble 4 more times, and then pick and choose, bounce back and forth and say, I'm gonna choose Gunther this time, and then he
Oh
loses to
my
Gunther
god.
and then wins it again the next year. I'm gonna go down to NXT and choose Ethan Page this time, and then he loses to Ethan Page, and then he wins it again. Or no, the third time around, he doesn't win the Rumble. He wins the Elimination Chamber, and then he challenges LA Knight for the US title. Like,
It just keeps going and going and going. Oh my god. Shut up, Brandon. You're so crazy. I'm white, but hear me out. See what you just said, though. To me, that's what it feels like trying to put him, shoehorning him into it at Survivor Series. That literally. That's how that feels. I know this is Bloodline Civil War, and I'm not in y'all's bloodline, but I kind of am because I'm nothing without you. So can I please be on your team? That's what it feels like. Please put me
and
on your
and
team, please.
I'm 2-0 in bloodline matches. So if you think about it, the bloodline is mine because I'm 2-0 in the bloodline matches.
Oh my god. If he says that, I swear to God, I'm going to scream. I'm more of a tribal chief than you are, oh my god, you know somewhere they're like, oh, that's good, right there. That's what we're gonna. Please, please, I swear, I hope he needs to retire that. He needs to retire it because
The
once again, you
trilogy
had.
the
Go ahead.
trilogy would be a waste of Roman's time. I mean, so
I
far
think
his
so.
return has been a waste. I mean, not a waste of time because his that direct deposit probably is probably about to hit in 25 minutes. But
Right,
uh,
right. Yeah,
oh
I
man,
know. It's funny. Like we're always grateful. Like don't I'm after 120 some days, we're eating good again. I mean, it ain't that good, but we're grateful. We're grateful. We're happy to be here. We're at the table. He's still the head of the table. They might have taken off, but he's still the head of the table. I'm glad to be there, but I would
yeah.
really like them to give us a little more. So when are they going to have him talk, Nick? When's he going to pick up the mic?
I mean, he's confirmed for next week in Orlando. And then we won't. Well, I don't know that we won't see him again, but he is confirmed for next week, and then the 13th of September, which again
Oh.
would have been the day before he breaks. He would have broken Hogan's record. I'm just throwing that out there for the the Earth 1,400 and something that still has Roman as the champion, and everyone on that earth is still happy, and the Cody crybabies are still tweeting their displeasure with the booking decision
in the alternate universe.
Yeah, where the Cody Vengers were stopped, and they Roman had all the Infinity Stones, and yeah,
where the bloodline rules were actually enforced. Oh man. Because I said from jump, oh wait a minute, go ahead. What is that? Yes, Rhonda, and that's what they're trying to do. But that just honestly, does he not in his spirit feel? Don't you feel some type of way that the man that you beat, the man that you chased for over 2 years, and you beat him, you still, no matter, you had several months to like separate yourself from him, and once again, it's a circle. Once again, you find yourself right back at point A. He's been all around the world because that they love to bring that up. Oh, he's defended the title all around the world. He defended it in France. He defended it here, there. But yet here you are, about to be. Everyone's begging you to be on his team again. Really?
At least Cody didn't take the island of that's where Roman went right to the island of relevancy, and he was. Yeah, he was relaxing, and then he said, "All right, I'm tired of these." He had like 60-something missed calls from Triple H saying, "Please come back, please."
They're begging you. They're calling me bald headed on Twitter. Please, I'm tired of getting cussed out. Please save us, save us, Tribal Chief, save us.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, it sucks because when Cody came back at 38, I was pumped. I was like, okay, this is great. Like everything was starting to, whatever. And but then they immediately pushed him. He got hurt. Came back at the Rumble, won the Rumble. It's like, okay, cool. Why couldn't he have just stayed on his own brand? And well, I guess at that point they didn't have a world title. So
it's
true. Again, it circles back to whenever they unified it at 38 when Cody came back.
Yep. So, I agree. I was pumped. I'm not gonna lie, because see, it is funny my how times change. Because anyone who's watched like my older stuff, you might be like, well, Martina, I thought you used to be a Cody fan. I liked him. I actually liked him when he was in AEW. When he was getting booed out the building, I felt sorry for him. I was like, y'all are so harsh. I like him. He seems like a nice guy. And I still like him as a human being. I felt like people were like so harsh on him in AEW. And so when he came to, WrestleMania 38, I was like, oh my God, I loved it. I was like, this is great. But over time, I just started to. Over time, it's like the closer he got to Roman, the more I didn't like it. It's like I was fine with him and Rollins. I was like, okay, that's fine. But the closer, he's circling like a vulture. The more he circled Roman, the less I liked it. I was like, okay, wait a minute now. I don't like where this is going. You were fine out there.
Yeah.
Oh, but
stay on Raw. You can be the guy on USA. You can be the guy on Raw, the 3-hour show. The one that doesn't have a title because you're better at chasing a title that you could chase the imaginary title that y'all don't have because they needed me to hold both of them over here on Fox. And then look at that, Roman goes away and the Fox deal falls apart.
Okay. And Fox is really this blacking out and. I think they're our least favorite between USA and them. I think Fox is the least favorite. But is it not interesting too that this is something that to me, as like I said, as someone who did watch him in AEW versus now, I'm like, do y'all not see what we see? Do you not see he's going down that same path? Because I know you said you don't watch it like that, but just to recap for those that might be watching that did not. That are watching us that did not watch AEW. This is basically the same road he went down where he refused to turn, where he would get so close, but he basically refused to turn heel. And he literally came straight out in a promo and said, I refuse to turn. And he was gradually getting more and more disliked. The fans were turning on him. He was getting booed. He was in bad storylines. And the whole fan fatigue thing to the point where he's getting booed out of buildings in his hometown. So I'm like, as a man who has been heavily booed in his career, have we learned nothing, sir? Have we learned that maybe you should I feel like the point that I'm making is I feel like he is hell bent on being a face, but he wants to do heel like things, but not turn. And
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, if he turned, if and when he turns, I think he'll be interesting again. So I hope, I was seeing people say, oh, he's gonna get booed, he's gonna get booed. And I was like, y'all are mean. Y'all shouldn't say that. Why would? But now I'm like, you are gonna get booed if you don't do something. They're right.
Yeah.
Not this
Was
very instant,
I
but
watched like I think that's like a 7 or 8.5 minute segment that he did whenever he said about like I will not turn, and it was whenever they were setting up the TNT title for the TNT title with him and Sammy Guevara, and
that's
he was
right.
in the ring with the ladder matches, and then in the match he threw his coat and then they threw it
Yep.
back, and then the
Yes. Oh no,
chicken
his
and
belt.
whatever,
His belt.
or his belt.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I mean, Roman had the same thing. He was booed out of arenas and everything like that. It
Mm-hmm.
took what 7, 8 years before he finally found what he needed to do.
Yep.
Cody is
He
basically in the same boat. Like
he is. He is.
if he would have
But
just stayed on Raw, stayed on his own brand, it would have been fine.
yep.
It would have been fine. Make the title. They could have had Cody win the Rumble, and then at Elimination Chamber have that also be the winner of that. Then make the World Heavyweight Championship and have Cody versus the Chamber winner at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
He still
Mm-hmm.
wins the title at Mania, or just they could have just ununified the titles. That they
Yep.
didn't even have
You're
to create
right.
one. They didn't even
That's
have
what
to
it all
create one.
comes back down to.
Roman
Mm-hmm.
carried two titles around for a reason. They could have just the Usos. They carried around 4 titles for a reason.
They
Like
did. They
it wasn't
did.
the cheers themselves, like Stone Cold. I mean,
Yes. What Brandon just said, yes. I was having this conversation with someone the other day. Much like John Cena, Cody Rhodes is a great face of the company. He does all the media, kisses all the babies, is an excellent ambassador. I think they will hesitate to do a turn. No, I agree with you. I agree with you. But I'm saying that's a problem because he's already boring now. How much more before he starts getting booed? That's again, they back themselves into like that's the theme. The theme of the show. They
yeah,
back themselves into a corner that this is true, but it's not good that this is true. I think it was Brooke. I was saying, like, just at some point, like he should just be Titus O'Neil. Like he is a great face of the company. Kiss the babies, be a
yeah,
politician, just go see the sick kids. Like he is very good at that.
yeah,
To me, I think he's better out of the ring than he is in it.
yeah. No doubt about it. I mean, like, how long before we get Cody sucks? Let's go, Cody. Cody sucks. I mean, I can remember in 2019 when I went to my very first event, Extreme Rules in Philly, and I walk into the Wells Fargo Center, and I heard CM Punk chants, and I heard Cena sucks, and I heard Let's go Cena. And,
I
like,
know you'd be like, "Well, say what? What?"
and both those guys were not active at the time, and everything was a mess. Like in that part of 2019,
Yeah,
uh,
I'm thinking about what you're saying. That's pre-pan.
that's like that's like a whole, or was it 20? No, it was 2017. So
Okay, okay.
yeah, 2017. Like I'm trying to think of who even had like
Oh
who had what
Lord.
title and everything like that. Like, because I think
Hmm.
that was I saw because I did see Roman. That was when Roman was tagging with the Undertaker and faced Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre.
Yes.
So that
Yes.
tells you where he was back then. Like,
He's come
meanwhile,
a
Cody
long
Cody
way.
was over in Japan or
Japan?
TNA
Mm.
or whatever, whatever it was.
Someone over there. Yes, that is true. But that think about what you just said though. He was
Exactly.
he was willing to hold other titles. He was the US champion at one point. He was a tag team champion at one point. He's held other titles. Why does Cody feel like the no, let me give him some credit. He was a tag team champion with Jey Uso for 2.7 seconds. But he's like, "Nah, I'm too good for this. I need to go straight to that one. That's the one I want." Let's not even
Yeah,
get started on Jey
I mean,
Uso.
it just. I'm sorry. It was 2019. It was 2019. I'm looking at it now. It was because that was whenever Seth was again the Universal Champ. He beat Brock Lesnar. Becky was the
Mm.
Raw champ. Everything felt right. Raw was still the A show, and you had uh SmackDown was what it was. I think Roman was even still on Raw because it wasn't until October of 2019 whenever they first did the Fox deal, and then they started saying, okay, Roman is indeed our guy.
Yeah, he was. Mr. SmackDown, following in his cousin's footsteps.
Exactly. And also that I can't believe I'm looking at it. I sat through 13 matches at Extreme Rules.
Oh, dang.
And Undertaker and Roman, it was the third match. It kicked off. So Roman was kicking off pay-per-views back then.
How times change.
And now Cody, as the champ, is kicking off.
Dang. Ooh, good observation.
With the title.
Dang.
Kicking off,
I can't get over that. That he just won a few months ago. I saw someone point that out. Like, it's like so many layers to this. As the face of your company, as your champion, that he just won a few months ago. It's not like he's had the title even that long. Just a few months. And that's the thing. I'm like, okay, so we're saying he's gonna hold it for a while, which he clearly is. But how much, man, stop the bleeding. Like, it's already bleak. If we have to sit through this novel that is unfinished even more, I don't like it. Tapping out. I don't like it. I submit. Miss Yes, bro. Yes. Just don't get me started on Jay. Don't just Jay. Jay deserves better.
I mean,
So
it just like I don't even know. I don't even know. He it just 4 months is not a giving a damn thing. Crying about pity party.
Mr. Main Event.
He's Mr. SummerSlam. He's Mr. WrestleMania. He's Mr. Main Event. Yeah, like
he is.
He opened the Rumble against Seth, but it's like him opening the Rumble against Seth and losing it, or winning by DQ. Seth has never gotten that rematch against Roman. Just saying.
That one's far down the road, though. Far down. That's true. It's far down the road. But that even something you just said, I wanted to comment on. When you said, what did something we're saying? So many thoughts. Oh, I forgot. But something. Oh, when you were saying Mr. Main Event, yes, that is 100% true. And I feel like SummerSlam, like if there's any doubt, if anyone is trying to say otherwise, SummerSlam just solidified that. Over 104 million views. He is Mr. SummerSlam. And like, remember, I thought it was really good, like when he was making his epic entrance at WrestleMania and Michael Cole is just rattling off his accomplishments. 9 main events. Like I was like, oh, it's just so his I'll say this. His Hall of Fame status is solidified no matter what. He's probably going to be a 3-time entrant, like by himself, with the Shield, with the Bloodline. But I don't know if we can say the same about Cody. And they're the same age. And Cody helped to start AEW. And he's been around the world.
But he's a 2-time Royal Rumble winner. He's 2-0 in Bloodline Rules matches.
Shut up, Nick.
Roman Reigns never won no Bloodline Rules matches. He's won the Rumble one time, and The Rock helped him. His cousin. Once again, his cousin bailed him out.
Oh my God! You know what you sound like? Have you been seeing? I'm sure you've seen this. You sound like those. I'm sure you have been seeing those pages that they basically skipped over all those title belts that Roman sold out and his shoe deal and all the social media views, and they went straight to, oh no, Cody has the best, like, oh, he was selling out the booths at the like this one thing that Cody sold out, skipping over that Jey Uso is in the sold out shirts like 4 times, like 4 different kinds of Heat shirts. I think CM Punk is in there twice. And they were like, no, Cody sold out this one shirt. Like they're, basically changing the stats to make it seem like Cody is just selling out everywhere. He's a two-time Bloodline Rules match winner. Just skipping over all the other accomplishments to go straight. So weak. Oh my God. Oh man. I didn't mean for this to be a Cody roast session, but it's just so easy.
That's what happens whenever he turns SmackDown which was the best. To what am I watching? 3 weeks in a row now. I get up from this chair and I'm like, what am I watching?
What are we doing? And he, like you said it, he got pinned not that long ago. Wasn't it the night before SummerSlam? Or the week, I think it was the week before SummerSlam. He got pinned clean by Solo. I'm like, why is your champion getting pinned in a non-title match? Because even that, to me, okay, so he can pin him in a non-title match, but he can't win a Bloodline Rules match. Come on now.
It's Cody's match.
Silly B. The Samoan Bloodline Rules match is my match. Okay, sir. Okay. Yes, Rhonda. Them goalposts just be moving on the move.
And not only that, I'm looking at Cage Match, which shows like all of his titles. SmackDown from June 21st. Cody Rhodes defeats Solo Sikoa by DQ, 1 minute and 36 seconds. Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles in the I Quit match, 27-47. 27 minutes 47 seconds. Cody Rhodes, that was a tag team match, but Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles, 15 minutes and 18 seconds. Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa, 29-13. Where's the masterpieces that he puts on like Roman Reigns did? 47-minute matches, 52-minute matches.
Iron Man matches.
Triple threat matches at WrestleMania. 2 Hall of Famers.
Hell in a Cell.
I Quit match in Hell in a Cell. His very first title defense.
And you know that
putting Jey Uso on the map.
That was an excellent breakdown. Like, you should clip that, like clip this here of what you just said. Every time people try to say, "Oh, Roman can't wrestle," he was not even no. I don't think he gets enough credit for his wrestling.
Yes, that is such a good point, because Earl and leading up to WrestleMania, that's all I heard doing the watch-alongs, doing the the reaction to the press conference. Roman only has a couple moves. He does the same thing throughout the whole match. He has the spear, he has a Superman punch, and he has a guillotine. Okay, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I was gonna say I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll save my point.
2, what does Cody have? He has 3, if not 1 more move?
He's gonna do them 3 crossroads. He's gonna do a Cody cutter. He's gonna do a Cody kick, or what does he call it? Disaster kick. Kick. That's the thing. Why? Okay, that what you just said, that always like gets under my skin. The 3 moves. I'm like, why does no one ever apply that same logic to Brock Lesnar, for example? He's been doing the F5 for 20 years.
They do, and I brought it to the point of, hey, guess what? Whenever you're a star like Roman Reigns and a Brock Lesnar, you only need 3 moves. Brock, you only need 1. You only need the F5. Well, 2.
That's true.
The F5 and the suplex. You only need 2.
That's true.
Roman Reigns, you only need 3.
That's all you need.
What? Logan Paul, what did he just say in his podcast with The Undertaker? I'm envious of Roman Reigns that he doesn't have to go out there and do a springboard off of the rope through the table onto the floor and put his body on the line in that way every single night. And now, I did that move one time, and now everyone's going to expect me to do it. And because he said, I'm never doing that move again. Never doing that move again. He wanted to do it one time in his hometown of Cleveland, and now he's never going to do it again. And now look, what was
insane, though. I'll give that.
The collision with Ricochet, midair.
Oh my gosh!
Fell right on his head. Basically, I mean, I don't know how he wasn't concussed.
Yeah.
I mean, Logan. I mean, if Logan is saying it, and Logan's quickly learning, he hasn't been doing this as long as Cody has. I mean,
that's true. Very true.
It is insane. But you ask Cody to bleed, he'll bleed for you.
Oh yeah, I will give him that. I agree. He will take a beating. He will play dead. He will cry, and he will bleed. I will give him that. I give credit when it's due. He does take a beating. He sells very well. I have always said that about him, because a lot of people don't. Like you're throwing everything you got at them, and they're just like barely flinching, barely. Yeah, he definitely does sell. But something you just said that kind of goes back to what we were talking about on the wrestling experience last night. That was my criteria. I wish I could do like Mitch does and pull it up, but I don't have it in front of me. That was my criteria for my finishers. We were doing the top 10 finishers. I said what is devastating, what lays people out, and it count on 1, 2, 3, it's over, and they're not getting up from it. What you just said, that was what I said about F5. Now he might spam it because he's crazy, but it's not because it's not working. It's because he's crazy. He's picking them up. They're not jumping but up off the mat from it.
And that builds to his star power. That builds to when someone does finally beat him, it's a big deal. Just like when Cody took
Yep.
2-time winning the Rumble twice, main eventing WrestleMania 3 times, and again, calling the Cody Vengers to beat Roman. That's
Right.
why it's such a big deal for 30 seconds. And then, again, 24 hours later, we want Roman. Yeah,
Yep.
no kidding. You want Roman.
That's true. You got a good point. I said that kind of goes back to what I said, that it would have been, I feel like it would have done a lot more for Cody had he won that match clean. As a white meat baby face, if he would have won it clean, I might have some respect for him. As a face, mind you, as a face.
I said the same thing. I said, I want everything you can throw. Have Roman, Solo, and whoever else get involved, but don't have it like the 5 minutes happen and Roman, took whatever he took from whoever, and then a little crossroads 3 times is what ends
That's what I said.
1,316 days.
That's exactly what I said. We are to believe, because I said this last night too. I'm consistent. Check anyone who checks. I am consistent. Any move you have to do 3 times, it's not believable. That's what I said. We're really to believe that this man had to crossroads Roman 3 times to end this historic reign. Like, you would think he should have put him through a table, through the roof. Hell, mankind fell off the cage. Okay, he should have, like, remember when he put the steps and everything on top of Brock? It should have been something like that. It should have been like, oh shoot, like it really is over for real. But crossroads and the Cody Vengers and
Brock lifted up the ring, came out on a tractor. Roman Titanic fell back,
right,
and Roman still won the damn match
on his feet, because that was the last man standing match. Exactly. And there were so many moves where I was like, oh, they ain't gonna get up. Neither one of them's gonna get up. Oh, he's getting up. He's getting up.
It plays into the big fight feel, which is what they're going for with the TKO merger. They want to have. That's why they did the press conference in Vegas. That's why they built it up like this is the match. This is like they had every part of that aspect. Rock has never won. Rock has never won the Universal title. They planted seeds in Young Rock. They had an episode where the Rock had this big game room, or like with all of his trophies and everything, and this is, telling the story of what the Rock would do, like as, a presidential candidate, whatever. He had the blue Universal title in his trophy room.
I did not know that.
They then did a throwback episode where they were back, telling his story, where it's The Rock, his family, and a young Roman Reigns watching wrestling, right? And the young Roman Reigns is climbing on top of him, trying to get a sleeper and saying, "Acknowledge me." And then he says, "Not yet, Joe."
Oh man,
that match is only big enough and can only happen at WrestleMania.
Oh, the more you think, the more, if my heart wasn't already broken enough, the more you give this backstory, the more devastating it is. I did not know that because I did not watch Young Rock.
You gotta go watch
it. Tell me.
You gotta go watch it.
Do I have to? I might just cry because everything you just said. You mean to tell me they put all? I get it now. They put so much into this, like so many layers and so much thought just to have it hijacked by the Cody Crybabies. I mean, I knew it was bad before, but it's like increasingly worse. It's just getting worse. It's worse and worse.
This was back in 2022. Whenever I think that was like the season 3 trailer, because I'm episode guy, because they only did 3 seasons, so it was season 1 was 2021 to 12 episodes. Okay, so that was 2020. Well, I don't understand. Okay, so 21. Yeah, so that was 21. They started it May 2nd of 2021 or March 2nd of 2021. And then it was in, I believe it was in season 3. I'm trying to think whenever they probably incorporated that part. I think it was closer to whenever they were teasing it for, because I think originally they were teasing it for 39. Like, yeah, I mean
I heard that too.
It just they go in depth, and it's so good if, like, just for the the actual, like, his actual story, seeing him come up with Rocky Johnson and his, like, his dad, and then his family, Pacific Pro Wrestling, and his grandmother, and all that, like, or World Pacific Wrestling. It tells everything. But yeah, they started selling in those.
Look at what she said. She just, yeah, they do need to hire you. They do. I also, they should hire me as well. I'm not quite as knowledgeable, but I got heart. I feel like CM Punk. I got heart. I got heart, man.
Cody has heart.
He does. And tears. He will cry. He is not going to miss an opportunity to crocodile tears. Dang, man, that is so crazy. Yeah. I did not know they actually had, like, the Universal title in there and everything.
The blue Universal title. In his game, I forget which part it was, but it was in a room. The blue one was sitting up there, and then
I'm going to YouTube when this is over. I'm gonna be over there.
I'll find it. I'll send it to you. I'll definitely send it to
you. And thank you.
But yeah, I mean, everything, and I pointed that out whenever we were on the build to when the second everyone was crying and whining about Rock coming back and them finally doing this match, which we all wanted at 39. We all wanted that at 39.
We did.
Why couldn't they have done Rock and Roman at 39 and then had Cody win it at 40? I would have had no problem with that.
I agree. And honestly, I said the other way around. I would have been okay with him because I was emotionally prepared for him to lose it at 39. I really did think he was going to lose it at 39. But then when they kept it, that's when I was like, okay, so at 40 for sure, we're getting Rock versus Roman. And they were not. So I'm like, now all I know, listen, what did Brooke call him? She called him DM Triple H batteries. All I know is if we do not get Rock versus Roman at 41, they're just playing in our face. They hate money. Why do they hate money so bad?
Like,
because why? Why do they hate money?
Yeah,
that's literally money.
It's insane. Just from watching Young Rock, I'm looking at that. I'm like, oh, they're definitely going to do this at 39.
Yeah. And then after what you just told me,
The Rock is in SoFi to start the season off, because that was the year when the Rams won and then they opened the season again, and he's doing the "if you smell," like, come on, everything was leading to it, and for whatever reason it didn't work. That's fine, whatever. But I mean, how is there's more in a TV show better than what we're getting for Cody the second time around?
That's crazy that they've been planning for 2+ years, millions and billions of dollars. My God. Well, I just I don't even know what to say anymore. What is it? Brooke says my flabbers are gasted. My flappers are gasted. I just don't even know what to say anymore. Oh my gosh.
Oh man,
Nick said no more. I can't really.
We Mitch left at like an hour and a half, or like an hour 45. We could hold it down for 15 minutes. Oops. An hour and 45 minutes later of this going from post bell to post Cody's career.
So weak. 4 hours later. And another thing. Let me tell you one more. So weak. Oh my God. But hey, we're not lying. Are we lying, chat? Or stop us when stop me when I'm telling lies.
Cody with his title against anyone that he faces is really like, oh, shiver me timbers. This guy's gonna beat Cody. Psych. Like,
No. And then he's gonna bust out the steel steps as a face. As a face. That's the asterisk. As a face.
we said that we had that exact reaction for Backlash whenever he did it to Styles. Like,
Yes.
what are
And
we
he
doing?
did it again. I'm like, you got the audacity. I feel like they're playing in our face. That's why about the heel run. I know a lot of people say he's never going to turn, but I'm like, I feel like that is their roundabout way of teasing. Ultimately, he is going to, because if he's doing that as a face, what is he going to do as a heel? Bring out a gun? Like, what's he going to do? What did Jeffrey say? No. Don't manifest this, Jeffrey. Please don't speak this over us. Please no. We do not need no more roads. One is plenty. We do not need no more roads, please. We're roads out. The road is over.
We can wait for Libby. We can wait for Libby. Libby against Rue. Libby against Rue.
Coming WrestleMania 54. Shoot, the Roman's got a whole bunch of kids. I'm sure we'll get Libby versus one of his kids. Oh, it sounds crazy, but shoot, no. I never would have thought I would have seen The Rock's daughter managing NXT.
That's what
I'm dating myself.
Like, oh my gosh, I'm just trying to picture it. Like,
yes, Brandon, lead the jury.
I'm trying to picture Libby and Rue if Cody hadn't finished his novel, and then Libby comes in. I have to finish the novel.
Oh my God. Shoot, they still, at the rate we're going, it ain't gonna be done. I mean, I have to finish the trilogy. Shoot, they might. They just might. I wonder would she get into wrestling, because I feel like with the Samoans, like the trajectory seems
no
pretty.
Choice.
Right, exactly.
You have
like
no choice.
This
Roman
is what you're doing.
To do football. The Rock tried to do football. They said, "Nah, sorry, did not work out. Go to Canada, or go wrestle. Boy, can they wrestle? But then they can also wrestle."
Yeah, they're fertile. Fertility is not an issue. And that's another piece of it too. The Usos, both of them have basically grown kids now. There's kids who've graduated from high school. Are they going to NXT or something? What they gonna do? Are they training? They're trained. They are.
Yeah.
They're not just watching their dads do all this and I'm going to be an author. No, you're going to be a wrestler. I'm pretty sure.
Jay's son is on the road with him, I think.
Yeah, Jace is.
The one clip, he commented on the clip that I posted of him and Jay shadow boxing at 1 a.m. He commented on my YouTube, on the clip on my YouTube channel. He said, "Hey, that's my video."
Oh my gosh, you're famous.
Yeah.
Jace did himself. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Wow. Yeah, I would screenshot that to death.
I have it somewhere because I sent it to Hunter and he looked it up and he's like, I think that's legit him because he makes music and stuff on his channel. And I was like, that's crazy.
Dang, that is crazy because I thought he was like 7. He's old enough to have social media. Dang.
Yeah, I'll go back and find it whenever we're done. But I can see it now. Libby goes out and then Rue comes out and Rue's like, well, my mom was pregnant with me when she won defended the title against Shayna Baszler all way back when. What have you done? What's your daddy done?
Technically, this isn't my first time here. But it sounds kind of far-fetched now. But having been a wrestling fan for years and years and years, I'm like, dude, I saw something I never thought I'd see. In AEW last week, did you see that the Von Erichs are now trios champions with Dustin Rhodes?
Really?
Yes. Who would have it? That's something I never thought I'd see. I'm like, yeah, people procreate. And wrestlers procreate, and it really isn't too far-fetched because I remember seeing the Wild Samoans growing up. Of course, it was older, but I remember seeing because my family are long-term. I'm a 3rd, 4th, 5th generation wrestling fan.
Yeah.
I would not have thought that would see their grown, gorgeous son being the face of wrestling. Who one of his kids we might be having the same conversation a few years from now, Nick. Larry versus Pharaoh. Exactly.
Oh man.
Well. We've covered a
Yeah,
lot of topics.
yeah. Sorry to any Cody crybabies that come across this. Um, and it sucks because like I hate hating on Cody because it was like it was fun for a minute. You know, that first year, it's like, okay, is he actually he could actually do it this time? He could
Yeah.
actually be the one because you know for a while it's like, okay, Kevin Owens is getting his fifth shot at Roman. Is this finally the time that he does? Nope, he just got hit with the golf cart. Damn it! There goes
Shut
that.
up,
There
Nick.
goes that chance.
Womp
Ah.
womp.
All right, Edge or Daniel Bryan. One of them can pin the other one and finally end this. Nope,
Yep.
son of a
Womp.
bitch. Roman pinned them both.
Stack them, smash them, pin them.
Oh, now
He was.
Roman's gone for 6 months.
It's still gonna come back on top. Still, I saw one of those videos where they were showing. I love it when people like take the matches and basically they were showing the matches you just showed and had like strike throughs through the people's names that he beat. Like I even saw a shirt that's like, okay, Orton, Riddle, like all the people that
Yeah,
he's beat. I'm like,
yeah.
that's a long list.
They did that. I saw the graphic for it, and Bray Wyatt
Hmm.
tweeted back and said, "Take my name off that shit," because he
Dang,
beat to win the
the
title.
Fiend.
He beat Braun Strowman and the Fiend. So it's
Yes,
like
he did.
like I mean,
Yep. Yes, he did.
oof.
Rest in peace. That I remember that and shoot, the Fiend is the one who kicked this whole era off because I remember. Here's my like. I remember back in 2020 when he came out with the wreck everyone to leave and he speared the Fiend. I knew then. I remember jumping out of my seat. I was like, oh shoot, where's Roman? And that was his first heel act, because he's been a
Mhm.
face. And I was like, oh shoot, he finally turned heel. He did it. And I'm like, how dastardly is he going to be? And we soon saw he was the mind games during that pandemic era. Like
I
I've
mean,
gone back and rewatched, all the
yeah,
compilation videos. I was like, oh, he was so mean,
like it just
dastardly.
everyone can say whatever they want to say about the pandemic era and the Thunderdome and all that stuff, but that's what kicked off this whole cinematic part of what WWE is now, and
Yep.
really sent the industry into the future 10 plus years at 1 year at a time in an empty warehouse and then in an empty basketball stadium and then in an empty baseball stadium, and then we finally got back on to 25% crowds, and it took off and off and off and off from there. Like
Yeah.
hit the last year of his Roman only defended the title 11 times. That's still one pay-per-view per month whenever you break it down, and that's only
Hmm.
him defending the title in a singles match. Let's not forget he had how many tag team matches, with Solo against the Usos where he did lose, but what did that
Yep.
do? It built Jay up. Him
It
and
did.
Sammy, him and
Yeet.
Sammy lose against Cena and whoever Cena's partner was. And technically, like you
Yeah.
said, I didn't lose. He lost.
I
MMK
yeah,
did.
never lost. Yep.
So, I mean,
Yeah, he just I feel like people conveniently leave that out. Now I know we all want to forget the pandemic. I get it. It was bleak. It was a bleak time, but I don't feel like he gets nearly enough credit that he not only held the company down through that, but elevated the company. That is not an easy task. He elevated
Jay
the
Uso,
company while the world was in chaos.
Jay Uso, Jimmy Uso, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, to name four that, I mean, four guys that two tag team stars and then two guys that were like floating in the mid card trying to stay relevant. Sami Zayn was doing that god awful. The WWE is out to get me. They have a conspiracy.
Yes.
I'm the
Yep.
rightful Intercontinental Champion. Not him.
Yep.
Not
Yep.
Styles. Not Jeff Hardy. Not Matt Hardy. Whatever Hardy it was.
Forgot about that. Dang.
Like
We're going back in the day.
and then Kevin Owens jumps up from Roman Reigns, jumps up to Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, jumps off the freaking sign in the
Yeah.
PC. Like,
Yes. I do. I agree with what Jeffrey said. Too, I agree with you. I don't think they get
Yes,
enough credit either. I do agree.
1000%.
They held it down for the women, absolutely, because
Yeah,
that was insane. Like, can you imagine doing your job in front of 70,000 people to doing it in front of zero? I'm sure that must have been like emotionally crazy, and they were scared too. I'm sure, like we were all sitting at home scared. I'm sure they were scared too. They
and
don't
that's
get
why
enough credit.
Roman was gone for so long until SummerSlam, whenever he was able to come back. And
Hmm.
let's not forget, he missed that year's WrestleMania where he was gonna have a shot at Goldberg for the Universal title in
That's
April.
true.
So really, his
Yep.
reign could have been even longer. I
Yes,
mean,
it could have.
like, and it's funny because thinking about that, that would have been the year that McIntyre would have
Ding 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 ding. That's what
McIntyre.
Brandon said. I don't think Brent Drew gets enough credit either. I remember I said it's not just Roman. I love me some Roman, but yes, I don't think he gets enough credit for that either. But I I am sorry that when he lost at Clash at the Castle. I'm sorry, Drew. I was rooting for Roman. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, Drew. I I didn't want Roman to lose yet, even though I'm not gonna lie. I did think that he was. I was like, surely they're gonna. Nah, nah. It's just kind of weird that of all the things that we've named, Nick, like all the times that we picked that it would have made better sense to take the title off Roman, and like this is how you did it. All this is the best y'all could come up with. There were so many better times they could have pulled the trigger. That I guess that's what I didn't like. I'm like, how y'all did it was just, to me, that wouldn't have been my first choice. I'm not a writer yet.
Yeah,
I'm open to
yeah,
it. If you want to pay
yeah,
me, I am open to it.
yeah. Like if we look at Roman's first, how long it's been 4 months, right? If you look
Hmm.
at Roman's first 4 months with the title and Cody's first 4 months with the title,
Ooh,
guess
uh-oh.
what?
Oh,
Guess what? Guess what? He's defended the title across the world, but guess what? It hasn't been on TV, hasn't been on pay-per-view. It has been at live and how it has been at live shows and house shows. Guess what? If we were still doing the pay-per-views and looked at pay-per-view buys, sorry to tell you this, but
talk about it.
which one is there's levels to
Talk
this.
about it. There is absolutely, absolutely, 100%, 100%, absolutely. That's almost, it's almost unfair to compare. It's almost unfair because once again, Roman's first 4 months were during a global pandemic. Is that not insane? Like during a pandemic with no fans, it was still better than the best era in wrestling. Like, did you see Cody said that the other day? He responded to someone's comment and was like, "It's such an honor to represent this company during the best era in wrestling." I'm like, that is so funny to me. Oh, it's so funny. The irony in so many ways that I've said this and I'll say it again is you didn't create that though, sir. You walked into it. It's like a presidency. You see this in politics. Every office does this where I made this and I made that. This isn't for any particular party. Before people get started with any particular party, there's always someone who's going to come in and say, I did XYZ. And their predecessor is going to say, no, you only had that because I created that. I feel like the same applies here. Like he handed you the keys to the kingdom pre-made. And
Yeah.
I feel like Cody wants to act like he's taking credit for the last 4 years. I'm like, sir, you weren't even here. No, no, sir, you were not here. What's that? You don't even go here. Like, no, sir, you just got here 2 years ago. How are you taking credit for the pandemic work?
I wrestled in Hell in a Cell with a torn pec. Roman, guess what?
Has cancer.
His first, what was it? Was that not? I think the I Quit Hell in a Cell was that. I think that was his first title defense, right?
I
Against
believe it
Shay.
was.
That's when
Yes.
he said if I win, you acknowledge me. Jimmy then
Yep.
came back, and that's what kicked it off because that's when he got the Ulafala from
That's
off of
true.
Tika. I mean,
Hmm.
and Cody, great. You got the crowd behind you because you played victim. You took the coat off all slow and
Mm.
let everyone see how purple and nasty your pec is. That's great.
Wake that up.
That's
Wake that up.
great.
I did feel sorry for it though. I'm not gonna lie. I felt
Oh,
sorry for
it
him
was
big time.
fantastic. But that was like it's like he got hurt. He did that. Then he went away for, that was in June. He went away for 7 months.
9 months. Yeah, 7, 8, 9 months.
And guess what? People didn't say a word with when he was gone. People didn't say a word. And then they had to announce that he was going to be in the Rumble. They didn't even let him come back as a surprise. They announced it, and he still came out at 30.
That's true. Yeah,
Like,
he did. You're not lying. That's why this just cracks me up so much, because we're not like, these aren't opinions. Like, you've literally stated facts.
tell me when I'm telling lies. Like, I mean, shout out to
you are not lying.
I mean, like, it is insane. Like, I wish I would have been able to fire these off my head whenever, we were building to WrestleMania this year, and I was doing the watch longs, and everyone in the watch longs, I mean, like Earl, Sarah, even Mitch before didn't like the tag match idea. Josh was like, I wish they would do this instead. It's like, okay,
you called it then.
You're wishing for it. I called the tag match the second that we had the first face-off of those four at the kickoff press conference. I called it tag. They're gonna do tag match night 1, and then night 2 we're gonna get Cody winning.
Yep. I called that as well. I was with a different network at the time, but I said that as well. Sounds like we should have found each other. So we could have backed each other up instead of getting mollywopped. I feel like we kept getting beat up because people were telling me the same thing, like, "Oh, you're just biased. You just like Roman because of da-da-da-da." I'm like, I do, but I'm also not lying. What we just said, like, it's just so interesting to me that people have no problem calling out Roman for this, that, and the third, his faults. He did this, the da-da-da-da-da. But when you say it about Cody, is, well, you're nitpicking. Oh, I'm like, why is he beyond criticism? Everybody can get critiqued except him. We can. I don't like that. I don't. It's kind of a double standard there. Like he always. Oh, that's this the nep. I'm sorry. I just thought about something that we. Yeah. The latest one that is, this one absolutely cracks me up. Have you been seeing all the people? A lot of them are probably bots. The nepotism people. Oh, the only reason why he's where he is because of nepotism. I'm like, now I know you are not trying to use the nepotism argument to defend Cody Rhodes. Is that what we're? Be so for real right now. Don't do this. To defend Cody Rhodes, that's what you're gonna use. Y'all use all the wrong tools. You brought a knife to a gunfight. No, that's not gonna fly. Nepotism? Really? Man. To defend him, the man who can't go one promo without mentioning his dad, his wife, his dog, or his daughter. That's what we're gonna do.
Bringing his dog out with him for plus 1,000 aura, and just for Roman to return, and then say plus 3,000 aura minus your 1,000. I'm taking your 1,000 to add to mine. Like,
I hear like the game sounds. Ding 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 ding. Like, exactly. And he didn't even say anything. He needed a dog, Arn Anderson, and Roman didn't say anything at all. Oh, his gear maker. Even though I did like to see her, that was nice. I liked seeing his gear maker, but yeah, he needed this whole backstage movie taking 30 days and 30 nights to get to the ring. Oh man.
So I'm looking at it right now on Cage Match again. Number of matches for Roman Reigns, 1,368. Number of wins, 1,000. Number of losses, 334. Number of draws, 34. Cody Rhodes. Wait, I got to make sure that this is just on by promotion, because he has career matches 2,047. So let me.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
So let me see. I gotta do by promotion. Okay, so Cody Rhodes has 1,653 matches in WWE, 745 wins, 893 losses, and 15 draws.
Wow. Wow.
And I like,
and they're the same age.
Cody started before Roman, whatever, but Cody has 50, 300 and just a little bit over 300 more matches than Roman.
And once
And
again, they're the same age.
yeah,
He
and
started
Roman
before him, left.
has more wins.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are we really talking about here? I mean, and
What are-
overall in his career, he has every promotion 1,025 wins.
Wow. And he has been in a bunch of promotions now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Wow.
WWE, OVW, Ring of Honor, AEW, New Japan, Northeast, Defiant, Alpha One, Revolution,
NWA.
Total Nonstop, All Pro Wrestling, Chaotic
He's
Wrestling,
been in all of them.
World Wrestling
All the
Network,
ones that there are to have.
Chris Jericho's Rock and Wrestling Rager at Sea, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, Wrestling Extreme, West Side Wrestling Extreme Wrestling. I'm not going to sit here and name 66 promotions, but we I think we and yeah, let me just for fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and see what Roman is, detailed match stats by promotion. Oh, look at that. WWE
Just for
and
funsies.
Florida Championship Wrestling.
Right, which is now NXT. Which is this is all WWE, to be real with you. All WWE.
Yeah.
And unless we forget, this is a man who is doing all of this with leukemia.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's I've seen some people say, "Oh, you're just playing the card." I don't think that's playing a card. I think that's a very legitimate argument that this is a man that is carrying the company on his back with that. He's carrying a lot. This is a man who his dad died, and the next day he was still out seeing some kids. That's something that I don't think he gets enough credit. I know I say that a lot, but I think it's true.
Absolutely not. He doesn't. Yeah.
He does not get enough credit. He does philanthropy too, because that's an argument I see with Cody. Like, he should be the face of the company because he kisses babies and stuff. Like, Roman does that too. He just doesn't brag about it. Other people post for him. Like, we find out about this stuff because other people talk about it. He's just not boastful. He's not a braggadocious person. So he can do Cody's job and his own job and still do it better. Interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. Interesting.
It is crazy. Everything that we've talked about hit on it, and really, like, I remembered stuff that I've read before, and everything. It's insane how bad. I mean, it's mind-boggling that they are just aligned. I mean, WWE and how they've done everything, and then all the Cody Crybabies, and everyone else who's not like a Cody fan, but is just a Roman hater. Like,
yes.
Like,
I think that's a large segment of people, honestly.
Crazy. It's crazy.
I said that after WrestleMania, there's a lot of people, y'all don't even ride with Cody like that. You just don't like Roman, or they don't like his family. I've seen so many people like, yeah. But then once again, this was a comment that I saw. I won't name this person, but there's a very heavy Cody defender that has a very large platform. And he made the comment that, and I quote, that the person who is the best is the person who brings in the most money. That's a very unique argument for all the reasons that we had mentioned, but he swears up and down that it's Cody. I'm like, are you sure? This is a dangerous game. Are you sure that's? Are you sure? And people were like, it was a lot of people in the comments, first of all, I don't agree with that. But is that really the argument you want to make for the person you're trying to defend?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
right. I don't think that's gonna go how you want it to go. Is that because not only with, like we said, not only with Roman with himself, think about the money he's made through the other people. I'm sure Jay has sold millions upon millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of dollars worth of merch at this point. That's all going back to the Samoan Dynasty.
It's all centered around the yeet, and when Roman's no yeet, I don't like that. And Jay just ran with it because it led to him exiting and being on his own, and it all comes back around to the tide that raises all the ships. So, I mean,
mic drop.
it's insane because I sat back just like this and I let everyone talk about Cody's going to do this and Cody's going to do that. He's going to defend the title on TV. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. I don't think we.
No, sir. No, sir. A 6 out of 7 compared to who? Who are we comparing him to? I think he meant Cody. He typed that wrong because there ain't no way. There ain't no way. There ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You're gonna tell me
even a 6 out of 7 is like, you know, is the 1 point he's missing on that one when he cut the "you're full of suffering succotash, son" promo against Cena. Like
from like 2016, like people gonna hold on to that forever. I'm like, he hasn't accomplished so much.
It's okay. We'll wait. Like, all right, Cena, calm down. You know, like
right. Whew. But I do think that lit a fire into him for what Mitch was saying. I'm like, hey, we were talking about this earlier, like most improved. Like I think Roman holds the world title in terms of being the most improved. Went from being booed out of the building to here, like Hall of Famer, you know, cemented his status
over. Three
many times.
Yeah. Cody's a 2-time Rumble winner, a 2-time Bloodline Rules winner. But has he reached that level where we're like, all right, yeah, he's immediately Hall of Fame? Like,
I don't know. I mean,
because he's won the Rumble twice, he's won the Bloodline Rules match twice.
He is really important to the world of wrestling, but of course they can't acknowledge AEW in it. To be real with you, I said he should. First of all, AEW should have a Hall of Fame. He should be in that, but you know they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
But oh well, he could be in that, but you know.
Well, then again, it's like Roman said, you couldn't even get over in your own company.
Beep boop. Uh-oh. You had to leave. You couldn't even get that. I know that. I know that. That was like, dang, I had to hide. I was like, oh man, dang. Because he can't, what he's going to say? No, you're lying. No, he was right.
And you know Triple H was sitting back in Gorilla just like he was on the dock whenever Roman said, "This is my company, you little bitch." And Triple H is sitting back there.
Gackling.
Oh man,
that's exactly what he was doing when he said that. I felt like he said that with like that was from his spirit.
Yeah. Triple H had a direct line to the ref and said, "All right, now tell like the Rock meme was like, oh, then I told Cody, then I told that Triple H is." Then I told Roman to say, "This is my company."
Oh yeah, with the hands like, and then I see exactly. Exactly.
I'm glad I'm a fan of both. I'm enjoying this stream.
No, Dubs, I will agree with you. He said he could. Now, let's be fair. He did win the TNT title. He did. But even the reason then that they gave was dumb, that, oh, he made the rule that he can't challenge for it again. But I'm like, dude, you own the company. Just overrule it. Just... We're going to act like stranger things haven't happened in wrestling. I hate bad excuses. Like, let's be so for real right now. All the things that we've done in wrestling, you're really going to tell me that they couldn't have made... Come on now. They could have found a way around that to... Like, first of all, that was a dumb rule to make, but they could have found a way around it. I'm not going to... You can't tell me the reason why he didn't win that title is because they couldn't have found a workaround to that I'll never challenge for it rule. Come on now.
Even if it's just... I'm an EVP. I can do whatever I want. Like the Young Bucks are doing right now.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Cody left for a reason. He was in WWE longer than Roman. That's right. He couldn't.
Why is he just now accomplishing this? Because he's attached himself to Roman Reigns.
The tide that right. You know, I said this on a stream. Oh God, I wish I could pull this receipt. I said this on a stream somewhere else before WrestleMania, and people like roasted me for it. I said, Roman, deep in his heart, you know, Cody himself came back to WWE because of Roman. Do you think he would have come back if the company was in shambles? Would he have come back if it was an unworthy opponent holding the title? He brought him back himself. Come on now. Like let's be for real now. Exactly. Brooke, exactly. He himself, you wouldn't be here yourself if it weren't for him. That's why it just really irked me. That was one of my things after WrestleMania. I really just felt like they did not really give him his due. They didn't even give him a montage. They
Yep.
yes, people they were saying thank you Roman in words, but their actions like we didn't get like a montage. We didn't get a. They gave us the documentary before, but I felt like everything we're saying that should have been in some type of video
Yep.
package. They love their video packages. We couldn't have a video package post WrestleMania
No,
or something.
everyone was excited about the new era and this and that and even what does it say whenever the champion goes out there not only is getting the we want Roman chants and the thank you Roman chants and then he himself turns and says, "Yes. Thank you to the tribal chief." Like,
He had to do it. He had to. He knew. You could tell he didn't want to say it, but he had to because they're literally chanting at you with that title falling off his shoulder because he was struggling to hold it. Yeah, he.
well, at that
I
time
just
he was still holding it like just holding it in front of his waist. He didn't have it on his shoulder yet because he
he
liked to
attempted,
hold
but
it
I
that
think
way.
he was like, "No, that's not going to work. Let me just
Yeah.
hold it here." Oh, what did she say? Child, they gave
Oh,
Cody a song. Ah, good times, good times.
oh man.
Man, so much
Wow,
to
oh
cover. We need
wow.
to be paid.
Yeah.
Run us our money.
That's what I'm saying. Some guys aren't championship pedigree, which is fine. He honestly isn't a believable world champion. Solo is more believable. Circling back to better at chasing a title than holding a title.
Facts.
Maybe
Facts.
if he
And then
wins a
some.
couple more Hell in a Cells with a torn, ACL like Seth did, and can't barely walk, and has 4 discs in his back that are broken, and
Jesus.
whatever else, who knows what else. I mean, it just
Especially now, after 6 tsunamis. Good Lord.
yeah,
God
coughing
knows
up
what's wrong with
blood
them
and
now.
vomiting, and I mean, like,
Jeez. That's so true that from what you just said though, it's actually interesting. You do have even people who are the inverse. Like I said this about Damian Priest. I felt like his chase was not good. The cash in, I didn't like it, but his
yeah,
title reign actually he redeemed himself.
oh yeah,
So I feel
100%.
like even with that, before he lost the title, I feel like Damian was a better champion than Cody. And I'm like, that's saying a lot because I was not a Damian fan. I didn't dislike him. I just was underwhelmed. I was like, okay, but towards the end, that's why honestly at SummerSlam, I was not 100% sure that Gunther was going to win. I was like,
Oh
okay,
yeah,
he's doing good. He might
yeah.
retain. But he didn't.
I was for Priest all the way. I mean, I was for Priest like in the sense of okay, Gunther can go through adversity. He's lost
Mhm.
twice in his entire WWE career. Let him lose one more time. Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
it wouldn't have hurt him.
eh, what if anything that makes Sami Zayn look even less of whatever they were trying to do with him. He now held the IC title 118 something days compared to 666. He had maybe 5 title matches. I can name Braun Breaker and the rematch with Braun Breaker. Um
Yeah, it wasn't very many.
and
I
and
felt like
his
that was a pointless reign.
and his promos every single week was I am your intercontinental champion and I am not an underdog.
Yes, you are, sir.
I mean, if we're
Like
really going to be honest
he
about
was
it,
fighting for his life.
they're revisiting the Randy Orton and Gunther shoulder not being down whenever they got the pin. Gable was never actually pinned, and they only made him. If they really did revisit that, which I guess they did, but it's like okay, well, shoot, uh, I guess we'll. Sammy's gonna go out there and win. Sammy's gonna get the shot at Gunther, and then fast forward to WrestleMania. Oh, I guess Gunther's reign is over at 666 days. Whoops. Isn't that funny?
V- Very solid point. I don't think he ever should have lost it. I think he should have just retained. Him and
Yeah.
Roman both should have retained.
Because if you
yeah,
have Gunther retain, that is one less person pushed right to the main event picture, because where is Gunther going to go when he does lose the title? To the main event
yep,
scene. And what did they do
yep.
after he lost? They had him win King of the Ring, and then they had Drew cry and whine his way back into the main event scene after he just won the title and lost the damn thing. He then had to have the rematch and lose again. And then Gunther's like, okay, I'll wait. I'm going to win King of the Ring. Still have yet to be
Hmm.
pinned since April
Right,
7th. I've only been pinned twice in
right.
my career. And and I'm just going to wait over here. That's okay.
Literally,
This
literally
sport is
waiting.
sacred. This sport is sacred, but I'll wait my turn.
You
Like,
disgrace this business. Oh my God, I agree with what Brooke said here. What you just described, it does make me feel so many different types of way. That they
yeah.
let Sammy, you gave Sammy a title shot over Jay. How dare you? How could they do this? This man is as over as he's ever been. He is a bigger face than Cody. He's the real face, if in a literal sense, like the biggest face, the most popular face versus heel. He's the most popular face, and you gave Sammy a shot over him. Garbage. I will never forgive them for that. I
Before
don't
they
like
went
it.
around and then turned Damian Priest face and
Yep.
Rhea face and
They're doing something with everybody but Jay, I feel like. I'm like, what gives? Like, why are
they're
you
they're they're pulling the Gunther like, hey buddy, just wait. We're gonna get there, and we're gonna go to the bottom of the seventh for with this Bloodline saga, and you're really gonna kill it. You're gonna go on and win the tag titles with Jimmy again because you're a tag team wrestler. That's
but
where
then
they're at.
it is where they're at, but then the insult to injury to what I just said, the guy who they gave a chance over you, we're just going to put you in a tag team with him and you're going to be fine with it because yeet. What? No. Yeah, boom,
Also,
boom, Dubs. What you
also,
just said. They're taking advantage of his popularity, but not giving him any reward for it.
yes, yes.
3 out of 10. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Whoa,
I didn't. Wait a
whoa.
minute. You almost had me in the first half. Not gonna lie. No, you almost have it. No, he's the gimmick. He's not. That's not true. Sir. He is one half of the longest reigning tag team champions of all time, sir. The Usos. Are we talking about the same people? No, I don't agree.
I'd rather watch 12 super kicks than watch 12 weeks of Sami Zayn. I am the Intercontinental Champion. Or Gunther, 12 weeks of you have disgraced this great sport. Chop.
The chop. Don't forget your chop, and don't forget your hell of a kick. I will never forgive them. You really want me to believe that a haluva kick took out Braun Breaker? This will really come on now. Come on now. Just come on now. If you're going to build someone up as a massive, powerful, unstoppable force, I feel like you've got to give them an equally devastating move to take them out.
Exactly.
Not a crossroads, not a haluva kick. He said,
But
admit it. He okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
for
ahead.
that point, Drew's Claymore is the same thing as a haluva kick.
He's doing it with 2 feet. It's 2 feet. It's 2 feet. Sammy runs across the ring with one. At least he's got two. That's not his best move either. I think his what is it his variation of the DDT, he calls it the you know what I'm talking about, the future shock DDT. To me that
Right,
looks
right,
more
right.
devastating than the Claymore.
Yeah.
Y'all, not y'all roasted Jay. Look at
Yeah.
was like, wait a minute, chat, what's
Why
going
why we
on?
why we turning on Jay? Also, back to this one. That's an also added bonus. It's like, hey, we're gonna throw you back in a tag team with Sammy, who we gave a title shot to, and then he pretty much did nothing with it. But hey, Rhea, is gonna hint at maybe a love angle with you. She
The way you
she
said it.
like she thinks you're all right. So you just yeet.
She's gonna Exactly. Because yeet. It's just like, no. Like, yeah, not y'all, not Jay over here catching strays. No, yeah, and that's the thing. It's like everything they're giving him, I feel like the reward is not matching his what he's doing for them. He's making them a whole lot of money right now. He's making a lot
Yeet.
of people look good. And I've
Yeet.
said this for the longest, and I still stand by. I think that is going to come up because remember, Roman told him, "You're the right hand man. You're not the guy. He always says this. You can't handle the responsibility. You know, I love you, but you're not the one." And unfortunately, I feel like he kind of manifested that for him. That he's extremely popular, but he does not win. And he's used as a hype man. Boom, what she just said. Agreed. Jay is being used to hype the crowd up, but unfortunately, he's strictly being used for entertainment. They're turning him into Flavor Flav. That's what they're
Yeet.
doing. Yeet.
He should have
He's
won
Flavor
Money in
Flav.
the Bank. We both said it that night. He should have won Money in the Bank.
He absolutely
I
should have.
mean,
I'm still salty at how they did that. Don't get me started. We're gonna talk for another 2 hours about that alone. I said, hated it. Hated it.
Jey Uso's punches do look like someone throwing out the first pitch at a baseball.
Look, Brandon, his strength is in his legs. His center of gravity, like his super kick is better. His splashes, his Uso splashes. I like his Uso splashes.
Roman got the punching power. The Superman punch. Jimmy and Jay, they got the super kick.
Yes, and remember, he is better. I've said it before, I'll say it again. He is better in a tag team. Him and Jimmy work extremely well together. Like they were hard to beat. Like I said, they're the longest reigning tag team title champion holders. I don't even know what I just said, but you know what I'm trying to say. I said a lot of words. You know what I was trying to say.
Just like whenever they added 60 names to Roman to the title, whenever they unified him.
Yes, you know what I'm trying to say. Exactly, like they, because their combination, the 1D, when they're together, like they move so fluidly together in the ring that it's like when it is just him, it feels like something is missing because it is his twin.
Yeah. And is that maybe what they're trying to do with throwing him in a tag team with Cody, throwing him in a tag team with Sammy, and being like, oh, you're gonna have two other, a tag title run with two other guys. That's not your brother, and then we're gonna throw you back in with Jimmy, and then you're really gonna shoot to the moon.
Nick, the way you describe that it sounds so bad. It's an awful thing.
Also, we're gonna have you get drunk before you go out to the press conference, and then you're just gonna say yeet.
My face is hurting. You go be drunk. And don't forget that same dude that first of all, you're only going to be in that tag team for like a week, so don't even sweat it. And then at WrestleMania, you're going to run out to defend him over your cousin who put you where you at. But don't worry about that because, you're not going to be going for that title, so it's fine. Don't even worry about it. You'll eventually be a tag team champion again, but you're going to have to reconcile with your family. So how's that sound?
Yeet. And Rhea's going to think you're all right. Yeet.
No, they need to. I'm a hater. I've said this.
We're gonna let you live out your childhood dream at WrestleMania and have a match with your brother, and your own daughter is not gonna, or Jimmy, your niece is not even gonna be paying attention.
She's gonna be on her phone. He literally said, "Jayla, get off your phone." Like,
get off your damn phone. Watch Daddy wrestle, or watch Daddy work.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. That really, what did he say? I like what did he say? He said, "I like the dynamic of Roman feeling alone for the first time." Yeah,
that is true.
I agree.
And then
I agree
because I said that initially. I want that them to turn up the emotion with it. Have Roman really turn up the cinema and him acting like, okay, I do gotta figure this out. I'm okay, have him speak, but I'm okay if the beatdowns come next week, and then on the 13th he gets beaten down, and then you finally see him making his way back to the locker room and looking, going backstage, and everyone's just looking at him, and no one's going to offer him help because of what he did, whatever, right? And then you finally see the Escalade pull in, he gets in, he goes away, then comes back, and then he's with Paul Heyman, and then he's with Jimmy, and then they jump over to Raw because again he's still not drafted to SmackDown. Yeet.
Yeah, because Paul changed it, right? I
Yeah.
took him out.
Yeah. So he goes to Raw, makes amends with Jay. Him and Jimmy make amends. Sammy can tag along because what else are we going to do with Sammy, right? Like, you know, back to this one. Sammy Uso exists. Yeah, look at that. They had to throw the Usos' name to him, just like Sammy is
Right.
to the Usos as Cody is to Roman. Riding
Ding
those
ding 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 ding
coattails.
ding ding.
Riding
Ding.
those coattails.
Yes. The
Heat.
this Caucasian to Samoan pipeline is very strong with these two. Absolutely. They literally had to turn them into uh honorary Usos, which that just I'm sorry, I hated it from day one. I stand 10 toes down on that. I hated it then, I hate it now, then now and forever. I'll always hate it. Honestly, even Sammy, even though I don't care for him, he deserves better too. Like, can't I'm sure doesn't he deserve something that doesn't require all this waiting? Everything we just named has to transpire. Like
Yeah,
everything and more is going
yeah,
to happen, waiting
yeah.
and waiting and waiting. What is he gonna do between then and now?
Like, what was the difference between him doing this conspiracy theory that WWE has against him to jumping to, kissing ass to Roman every single week to finally then being allowed in the locker room and eating the popcorn, then offering Roman and then I mean I will say the comedic relief part was fantastic, but
It was
I
funny for a little bit.
but
For a little
I
bit.
mean and then the he's not feel that's not very oozy of him. Like at that point, it just got like, okay, what are we doing? And then finally, the
Right.
build to him turning at the Rumble. That was the very first time. Again, I was only watching for 5 years, but that was the very first time that I thought, okay, Sami Zayn is legit. And again,
Mhm.
why was that? Because of Roman Reigns, because of Jimmy and Jay Uso. Yeet.
Yeet. Yeet. And did you catch, I think it was on Raw. Did you catch when Jay was like, "Oh, he catches up with him and he's like, "Oh, don't even worry about losing the title. It's okay. You're going to get it back. And man, don't even worry. You're going to be a double champion soon." I was like, "Satan. This is Satan. This is evil. We need to pray. I cast it out. If you're a believer, pray to somebody, okay? I hate it. This is evil." No. Satan busy. Why would they do this? I hate it so much. I'm just like dying inside because we see this coming because we watch the product. We see this coming, and I'm like, I hate being right when I don't want it to be. I'm like, no, don't do this. Don't
From
do
the way
this.
that they have built up the entrances that both Sammy and Jay are the
Yes.
only two on Raw that do it. They come from outside of the state, outside of the arena, and then walk their whole way through. I mean,
Yes.
Punk and McIntyre do it, whatever. But it's like I mean, and then they did the handshake, the
Boo. Boo.
like.
Tomatoes, tomatoes, tomatoes.
Oh,
Jay is so much better than that. Like that goes back to what I said. I Even though he is going to have to, because my mom, I'm looking over there because like we were all sitting here. My mom said that earlier. She was like, Roman's gonna need some help. He is obviously gonna need some help or he's gonna get mollywalked. But despite being a face, I feel like it's going to need to be said at some point. They're going to point out, Jay, when's the last time you held gold? When you were in the bloodline. Don't count that 2.7 seconds with Cody. That's not the same. Like a legitimate real title reign. It's He's gonna have to. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but they're gonna have to like make him see like, don't you see Cody used you? Don't you see like
but it's like
I don't know
also
how.
it's like Roman can still play that like the manipulation part of it. Not really manipulating because he's telling the truth, but also with the emotion part of it and everything like that. And he's like, okay, because I told Josh, I was like, I want to see them. Well, I told Josh, I said, whenever we do get Roman's return, I want to see him and Cody like lock eyes and not say, like I said, Josh, I want to see them not say a word, just lock eyes and have a moment. Like, okay, I'm back, but I'm back for something bigger than you right now.
Right.
We'll put a bookmark in this and come back to it later. That's
I
exactly what he
said
did.
that too. Yep, I
And
said the
then
same thing with Mitch.
bring it on back to him, having to work towards, playing the baby face, playing the emotions of, all right, I got to work back. I got to, work at getting Jimmy back. I got to work at getting Jay back. And then sadly, Sammy Uso tags along with that just because it's another body to have for War Games down the line. OG Bloodline versus Temu Bloodline, which is going to be cinema. So
Cinema. Yep. It is. It is. And even so, Roman is also another element that I'm just thinking about right now. He's going to also have to keep order in the ranks as a face, because Jacob is not going to like Sammy. Haven't they been having him and KO and them, his friends, like they're in the vortex? Like, you're gonna have to keep I'm really curious to see how is he gonna maintain order as a face? Because as a heel, it was easy, just manipulate, whether it's gaslight girl boss, just all the manipulation tactics, dark triad tactics, and it worked. It was beautiful. It was cinema. But as a face, I don't know how. Oh yes, girl. Oh yes, she said, "Are we recording?" Oh yes, ma'am. We better be. God, I hope we are. So
we're still live. We got 50 people strong, 45 from Twitter, 1 on Twitch hanging in there, and 4 on your YouTube channel. We're nearing the 3-hour mark. I mean, this is a full-on episode of Raw that plus the other shit. Like, my lord,
my face is hurting. Yeah. It is still better than SmackDown. It was better than. Fact. Is it not, chat? Is this not better than SmackDown?
And what is this turned into? Where is the inaugural roast of Cody Rhodes? Also, there was someone dropped another name. I think Ava. When's Ava gonna get involved with the Bloodline? Nia Jax, Ava, Naomi. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah. Oh, I do think Nia. I think Nia is going to be the first because we've been seeing her throw up the one more. She always walks that line of like heel, but still, even with her moveset. I know a lot of people don't care for her, but even with her moveset, is very heavily Samoan. Like her finishing move, they've always. I feel like they're throwing more in that. Is what I'm saying. I feel like they're throwing more and more culture, more and more Samoanness. That I'm like. Yeah. I want it. I'm for it. They need everybody. Bring them all in.
I just thought of another one. Tiffany Stratton has tied herself to Nia Jax.
Yes, she has. And because she knew what it was, she knew that she is smart. She's clever.
It's also, I mean, she did say that Nia Jax was kind of the one that sat beside her on the way to Australia, and Nia Jax kind of took her under her wing, and it has blossomed into, like a mentor-mentee type of thing. So it's going to be fun to see what that progresses to with the giving her the briefcase and whatever. And then but eventually, Nia could turn full on, heel, and then that could be a Roman and Nia interaction where like Roman just gives her like the don't let people in, and that's it. That's all he says. And then Tiffany turns it up and starts throwing those like shades of like, oh, I do have this, and I'm gonna take advantage of you. And then Roman's gonna just be like, I tried to tell you,
as he always does. He could say, "I told you so," like 100 times a day. That I like what you did there. I like that. I kind of had a different vision. I was thinking that she was going to be on Solo's team because she does the dastardly heel thing, and even though not that I think she's anti-Roman, but somehow I feel like Bloodline 2.0.
Yeah,
I feel like they have more to prove. Roman and the Usos and them, they have proven themselves, so I feel like they don't necessarily need. And besides Jimmy and Naomi, I feel like that makes more sense because she's a face,
right?
Face Naomi.
That is true. Yeah.
Heel Nia and Cody. I don't know how they're going to do it. Honestly, with that, I don't even care how they do it. I just want it done. I have said that from day one. The Bloodline is the only faction I can think of that has never had a woman, but has women. Like they have it in real life, but not in kayfabe. Yeah. Like, let's do it. Let's go. Let's run it. Let's do it.
And I mean, it would make sense because like in the documentary, there was I clipped it and made a TikTok of it, but it was Nia Jax whenever she first sees The Rock. and they give like they do the whole thing, and they're like, "Oh, what up, cousin?" Whatever, blah blah blah. So it's like that could tie into The Rock being in charge. The Rock brings in Nia. Roman brings in Naomi because of Jimmy, and then you finally just.
And something you said, Naomi and Tiffany do not see eye to eye either.
Yes.
That we got some.
Oh man.
So then could there be a second woman? I can't. Well, of course, Jade and Bianca always have Naomi's back, because I was like, who's she going to call for backup? She's got them. So there's a lot of things they can do here, but I just wish, and this is when someone asked this, I hate that the only other answer, cause we kind of started with this, when you're like, okay, if not Sammy, if not Cody, then who else? I hate that the only other person I could think of was Drew, because of this offhand segment that I described that never even panned out. Again, they backed themselves into a corner that these two Caucasian men are the only other ones that we could get into the bloodline Samoan dynasty. I rest my case. Come on now. We can do better than this. They have a million siblings and cousins and friends and family friends of the family. Can we not shoot? Bronson Reed is Samoan and he's effective. He's tsunami'd old dude into a pancake. Right. Can we get him? I don't know. Just anyone. You can be in there. It's someone for the chair. Anyone. I don't. Anyone but Sammy and Cody. Please,
Jason Momoa. Bring Jason Momoa.
He's got to be free. It's fine. He's Samoa Joe. He's another Joe. Samoa Joe, Jason Momoa. Any other famous Samoans? Surely there is. It's gotta be. Oh, Dakota. Yeah, Dakota. You want to be in there? There's gotta be someone else. I don't know. How about you?
Samoans. I googled famous Samoans, and the first one that popped up was The Rock. We're in trouble.
Dun dun dun. Right. Like, no, he's taken.
Zendaya?
He's taken.
Zendaya is apparently Samoan.
New information. I did not know this. I thought she was black and white.
It says Samoan American.
Unique. I feel like somebody is playing on. Is this Wikipedia? Somebody is playing.
This is from IMDb. It is. Oh. This is 44 people. Number 1 is Lester Holt. Don't know who that is.
He's a news anchor.
Blake Griffin.
I thought he was black and white too. I've been wrong about half these people. Keep going.
Blake Griffin, Zendaya, Dwayne Johnson.
We're gonna need more help. Keep going. Bronson Reed is okay. So since we're on this topic, I have been, since I've been in the bloodline vortex, I have been watching more and more documentaries, because why not? And Wrestle Talk has an excellent documentary about the real life bloodline and the Fatu Anawai family tree. And right. I just got so engrossed in it. And they did point out that there are some distant members of the bloodline in AEW. I think their faction is called the Embassy, the Mogul Embassy. They are somehow
Swerve's crew.
Yeah, or former crew. They turned on him. I don't know who they're. I think they're with Brian Cage now. Yeah, they turned on him. But yes, apparently they are also in that family tree somehow. And I hate that I cannot think of their names. I'm like, can we call them over? Anybody but Sammy and anybody. Like, we're looking around, like, I feel like they're like, "Ooh, pick me." And I'm like, not you. Anybody? Like, looking around the classroom. Anybody else? Not you.
It makes me think of whenever I had Shrek on DVD and the opening like thing with the options on the menu, where it's like you play the movie, you do the options or whatever, and Donkey is jumping from spot to spot. Ooh, pick me. Yeah. Pick me. And he's just jumping from screen to screen.
Yeah. Is there anybody else? Not you.
Or even in the movie where he's like, where Shrek is like, anybody know how to get to the castle? I do. Anybody else? Me? I do. Anybody at all?
Anybody?
Anyone? Anyone?
anyone, please, I'm begging. But yeah, we got Jacob. But then again, maybe I just thought about something. Maybe the way that we can be spared Sammy and Cody in this is maybe if between Roman and the Usos and Jacob, they're just such a formidable force that they're so good that they don't even need to be evenly matched. How about that? Can we? I would be cool with that. That they're just they're just so Samoan that they don't need an equal number. Would that work? Is that fine? Can we do
They
that?
they they would have to like turn Jacob Fatu like up to a 12 and just like, I mean, if anyone is gonna do it, it's
Even
gonna be
more.
Roman. It's gonna be Roman. So but no more, we can't have Tama Tonga making gremlin noises, and we can't have Patches, botching and knocking himself out in the middle of a match and then, missing the low blow on Kevin Owens. And we can't have Solo Sikoa standing there with when Roman is coming out, and him just standing there like this.
Stop. Well, then I mean, if they continue to do the said behaviors, wouldn't it be more believable that Roman and the Usos and Jacob could mollywop them? Maybe they need to keep that up. Like, keep being crazy, keep botching. So I mean, because tonight he got beat down with a chair, so I think that might have been, we're halfway there. He's got an
Yeah,
eye patch.
that was
He
that
got
was being reprimanded for all those botches for becoming Patches. I think he has to earn back the Tonga Loa name. He's now Patches. He's like
dang.
yeah. It's the tribal court. We are now the tribal court. We find him guilty, and he is now banished until he reclaims the name Tamaloa or Tongaloa.
You might
Oh,
just be right because they didn't hurt himself coming to save him. Did you notice that? I'm like, dang, they were just watching him get mollywopped. I'm like, dang, you need to try to go. Roman used to do that to the Usos sometimes. He'd be like, oh well, I'll get you next time.
yeah. It looks like you need my help, but what kind of leader would I be if I just went and helped you and bailed you out, even though y'all have bailed me out? But I'm the one raising you up, so I have to do this so you can be raised up. So, wise man, fire up the jet. Yes, yes, my tribal chief.
Is there anybody more loyal? Like, I remember people in the comments like, "Get you a man like Paul Heyman." Yes,
I've made that meme. I've made that meme so many times. I wish I had someone to look at me the way Paul Heyman looks at Roman Reigns.
yeah, I'm telling you, man, that he played. I know we've joked about this, but in all honesty, it's like the Hall of Fame was not enough. He needs to win more
Yeah,
awards for his
yeah,
acting, his
yes.
dedication. He played that like they
Oh,
were like like, is there anyone who loves Roman Reigns more? I don't even know if Jelena loves Roman as much as Paul Heyman. Yes, my tribal chief. When he would be about to get my tribal chief, my chief, like beating on the ring. I'm like, he is so good. He's so good. Let's see. What did Jeffrey say? Martina. Oh, that's his name? Toa Leona. Okay, thank you. I did not know his name. Toa Leona from Mogul Embassy. Yes. Okay. I knew. See, I might not know names, but I know things. See, I know things.
I wish I had Jada Parker look at me. I mean, insane. It's so funny. I was getting my haircut today, and I go to Sports Clips, and I've gone there 3 times now, and I've gotten
Hmm.
the same lady that's cut my hair twice now, and I walked in and she goes, "Are we keeping the mullet?" And I said, "Yeah," and I showed her like a picture of Jason Kelsey, and she got done and everything, and I was like, "I like the length," and I told her I'm trying to grow the length out so I can get to looking like Dom's mullet, and she goes, the redneck
Oh
mullet.
Lord.
I was like, that's my key to getting my own Liv Morgan, and she just laughed because she watches wrestling too.
I was gonna say, does she get the reference? Because that's
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah, yeah,
not true.
yeah.
Now, speaking of good acting, I said as a woman, Liv talking about needing awards. Liv that woman, I don't care what y'all say about her, she too needs awards for acting like Dom is just the finest man that ever walked the earth. Like we joke about this girl's like she's acting like he's Roman. She's acting like he is just the finest, gorgeous guys. Like I'm like, girl, she's doing some good acting. I love her. I don't. She's good at her job because she's
And
just
then
acting like he is just the
I
finest,
love
sexiest man on earth.
I love the salt that Michael Cole and Pat McAfee throw into the wound, where he's like, Cole's like, how the hell does Dominic Mysterio get Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley to chase after him? He's in the biggest love triangle I've ever seen. And McAfee's there just like, he's that dirty son of a bitch. Like,
He says it with so much emotion. They really played that up. They really did help it quite a bit when
oh,
he turned at SummerSlam. I mean, he went from heel to healer,
yeah,
healer.
yeah.
They were like, he's that son of a bitch. I can't believe it. I'm like, we saw this
That
coming
piece
from
of, go
400
ahead,
miles away.
say it. He said, go ahead and say it. That piece of shit. Oh, man. Oh,
They did. They sold it so well because I was laughing. I was like, oh my God. Because I saw it coming. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Jeffrey, that's exactly what he said. Well,
well,
well, well.
we have officially hit 3 hours and 5. So I would say this week, Raw was the A show. This was the B show. I didn't watch NXT. I didn't watch AEW. And then SmackDown is somewhere beside Cody's title run so far. Oh, man.
Which is a shame. It is a shame
Yeah.
that, yeah. And Roman, yeah, Roman, I kind of, one thing that did kind of trouble me though, I do feel like they kind of were holding him back tonight too. Like, I kind of get vibes of like keeping him on a leash again. And
Yeah.
maybe I'm just paranoid because I'm still traumatized from like 2014, 15, 16,
Yeah.
17, 18.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the trauma speaking. But I'm
Yeah.
like, so I can we because see, I felt like his heel work, I felt like was just the best ever. I felt like he was
Oh,
just the
yeah.
right amount of
Yeah.
evil and all of that.
Yeah.
That I'm like, okay, tonight we're getting beat up. We're coming off the greatest title reign to getting beat up. They're not letting him talk. I just don't mess this up, like what I mean. Like, don't mess this up, Triple H. Don't mess this. I'm begging. Don't mess this up for my trouble.
And again, maybe they're making us wait to see him just come out and start that like where they are gonna beat him down and everything, but we have to wait so we can anticipate that. Oh my gosh! Okay, we've never seen Roman Reigns like this, where he's completely defenseless and getting he's the one with the wolves on him, and then all of a sudden, and what if they don't have Roman make his way to making the amends with Jimmy and Jay? They just have him getting beat down week after week, and he's still trying to prove that he's the OTC, that he's the one. He don't need nobody else. That's fine. And then finally, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Heyman comes out.
My
Jey
name.
Uso comes out.
Yeah, I do
Like,
agree. I do think they
like,
are gonna. From what I saw tonight, I get the sense they are gonna let him get a few molly whoppings. Because remember too, as I'm sure you saw this because we see like the same things on Twitter. I felt like, do you remember that clip after WrestleMania all is said and done? You can see in the distance, Cody's gloating and celebrating in the ring, and you saw like one by one all the people that Roman beat over the years were coming out. Like LA Knight comes out, all the people that were celebrating with
Kevin,
him in the ring,
Randy,
and yes, all of them, the whole roster, right, everyone. And then you
CM Punk came
see,
out, so we'll put a pin in that one.
right, final nail in the coffin. And then you could see the Rock trailing in the distance, and I feel like even then they were doing some storytelling that it's like the way the Rock kept looking back is like he was like I think that was like planting the seeds right there, that I feel like the same way Solo has been like disrespecting Roman, like he wasn't man enough, blah blah blah, he was a weak champion, you got Roman when he was weak. I feel like the Rock is going to play on that, like you had it all and you lost it. Like he's going to rub salt into that wound. So I do think they are going to beat him down a little bit before he gets his comeuppance to reassemble.
Yeah,
Even though I'm not gonna like it,
that
it's
is
gonna be hard to
another.
watch.
That is another one. I wish we could just skip to that. I don't. I would rather skip right to Roman and The Rock because it's going to be The Rock, greatest actor of all time, against Roman, who is a great actor but doesn't get to show it. Besides, whenever he has been doing what he's been doing for the last 4 years, but it's not on the big screen, so no one's going to count it because it's scripted TV. Movies are scripted, and how many Emmy awards, a Grammy, whatever. How many awards
It's true.
does The Rock have and get nominated for, and whatever else? But no, Roman and Paul, Jimmy,
Oh,
Jay,
Jimmy
Sammy,
and Jay. Yep.
uh,
Yeah. They.
Kevin. I
Oh,
mean,
cinema.
Seth Rollins can't get an award
Mm-hmm.
for not being able to get up into the ring and then just everything about it. The final 5 minutes of WrestleMania, that and then the 39 commercial they did where they were, doing the movie scenes and whatever. Like,
Yes.
it's insane.
Funny guy. He's a funny guy. You think that's funny?
I'm a clown to you.
This is funny to you. I was just Paul in that breathless. He's just. I was just. Oh my God, Paul.
And then,
so
like, whenever Roman went away the first time and Paul Heyman started to, like, not dye his hair and started not sleeping, and you could see his eyes and everything. And all the memes every single week were on Twitter where Paul Heyman is fighting for his life right now without Roman Reigns. Look at you, cousin.
Man.
You were on top of the world. What happened? Look at you now. You ain't my cousin. Oh, no.
Oh, and
No.
He's gonna love that because remember going back before WrestleMania, remember Roman wasn't dumb. He was like, basically, he said the summary. I'm glad you're hearing all, but do you acknowledge me? Remember that? And Rock was like, yeah, I acknowledge you. That scene cracked me up because you could tell neither one of them trusted each other, and that's why I think even there they still were keeping hope alive for Rock versus Roman. They tried to keep hope alive.
We've talked about the chase being the best part. We are at the beginning of Roman's chase. This could get very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Is it a chase though?
Yeah,
or is it
it's going to be overshadowing the title because he's not chasing that title yet. He's chasing Temu, impersonator, and he's chasing the Temu impersonator, the werewolf, Patches, and a gremlin. That's what he's chasing right now.
He's chasing the high ground.
Yeah, because
the moral high ground.
They took his Ulafala.
And the way that was sad tonight when he held it, but then Solo got it back. I'm like, no. He had it. He had it back. Because I was saying that earlier, like his new render he looks so naked. No Ulafala, no title. Yep. Just seeing him with it for so long, it's like, oh my God.
Man's went from 2 titles and the Ulafala to just 1 title and the Ulafala to now nothing. Nothing.
Right. Now he's got his red glove, and I'm like, it's just not right. It's just not right.
Temu bloodline with Kim Chacho. Oh, man.
Well.
The reuniting of the Usos and Roman is going to be fantastic, no doubt. But just imagine when his wise man comes back.
I did see something that, speaking of like, oh my God, don't you manifest that? I think it was you, Manj. It was someone I was DMing with. I think it was Manj that said, what if we're all saying that Roman and Paul are going to reunite? What if Paul turns on Roman? What if he at first is like, oh, I love you, my tribal chief? And what if he backstabs him? Now that would be just heinous.
Oh. And then he goes with Punk, and that sets up the Roman and Punk match.
Oh God! Now that's good. Oh, that's good. I was thinking, what if he goes to Solo? But then they did put him through a table. He ain't doing that. You're right.
It's like the Patrick. Write that down. Write that down.
Right. Write that down. That's good. That's good. Yeah, that. Oh
My
man.
God.
Oh, that was hard. That was hard. What you just said. I'm like, I hear you.
I saw the emotion change.
I'm like, I was like, wait a minute. Okay, okay. Because he did. Paul Punk did have to remind us he was the original Paul Heyman guy, which he was. He was not lying. But dang, Roman without Paul just seems so once again so naked. How much was one man lose? He lost his title. He lost his blood. How much more can he suffer? Is that too much? It seems so brutal.
And also everyone's throwing Cody in on Team Bloodline. What if Paul is like, you know what, my tribal chief, I took the liberty and I did it for you. What do you mean, wise man? I have a team for you. Brock Lesnar and CM Punk.
I would take them. I would take them. If we have to have some non-Samoans, those are the non-Samoans I want. Yeah, that's even though I want Samoans, make no mistake. I want Samoans. But if we can't, if you're all fresh out of Samoans right now, I will take Brock and CM Punk. At least they're well, maybe not present day Punk, because I know his in-ring work. That's another we'll get that's the story for another day. But at least Brock is believable that he could take some
Oh yeah.
people down. Sammy
Jacob Fought
and
2
Cody.
versus Brock Lesnar.
Cinema. Yes. That I would pay to see that. That I would be fine with that. Because at least at this point, but the fact that Roman and Brock have fought so many times and they were bangers every time, I would be okay with that. But something about Solo and Sammy and Cody, I can't even say it. It just feels so wrong. Sammy and Cody, it just doesn't sit right in my spirit. I don't like it. I feel so uneasy even saying those words. Have you been seeing people make the graphics and they're like, this is what I want to see? Every time I'm like, nope, nope, I don't want to see it. Nope.
Try again.
Exactly. Stop manifesting that. Like, remember that slide at SummerSlam was like manifesting the return of Roman Reigns. Like, y'all better stop manifesting Cody and Roman. Stop it. Stop. I rebuke it. Think right. Well, yeah, I would pay to see that. That would be good.
Roman's team
Beast
would then
versus
have
Beast.
a cult of personality. Good night, everybody.
I like it much. I like it.
I'm glad Roman didn't cut his hair. We would have lost all Roman's powers.
Oh no!
Solo does need to tighten up the team. His henchmen are hit or miss. Literally hit or miss. Patchy, talking to you, big dog. Could you imagine like the first face to face with Jimmy Uso and Patches and Gremlin when he's like making the growling noises and Jimmy's just like,
you know, he's so crazy. He's gonna be like, "This is who you got." I can hear him now. Like, man, this is what we doing now. I can hear it now. Oh man.
OTC Oos. Can you believe this?
Yeah.
Oh
Man,
my
look at
gosh.
this. Look at this Oos. OTC Oos. OTC. It's. I do think he is going to change. We said original. I do think it is going to be. Because remember he was the only one. I'm the only. That was clever of them with their marketing that it can go from one thing to another and still sell. Yeah. And I'm not just the original tribal chief. I'm the only tribal chief.
Because even McAfee was running through all of them. That is our tribal chief, the original tribal chief, the only tribal chief.
That's true.
And
I love Pat McAfee.
Michael Cole with the iconic Roman's here, Roman's here.
But why is he here? When he said that, I was like,
yeah. Come on now.
Cole.
Like you got to throw Cody that bone. You already were damn near in tears when you finished the story as the ref counted to 3. Like
Michael Cole, he's been doing good work too. I'll give him that because he has been so far up Cody's butt for the last 4 months. I'm like, Cole, please, I'm going to be sick. And I know he's doing his job. He's been doing his job very, very well of being a butt kissing pick me over there. I'm like, Cole, please. Thank God we have Pat McAfee to offset the butt kissing because sometimes he's just over there just spawning. I'm like, Cole. Please give it a rest. Yes, her too. I'm like, Samantha, please. Samantha, if you wouldn't mind, will you do me the honors? Can you run it back again? Where's my barf bag? Please. No. Give it a rest.
The 2-time Royal Rumble winner. Now she's got to add that 2-time Bloodline Rules winner.
Who has had the title for, 115 days or something? He wants him these cookies and gold stars and brownies.
He's defended it at so many live events that aren't on TV.
It didn't count for Roman, but it counts for him. Because we said that about him. Like, he defended it like he didn't do house shows. He did house shows too. But then it didn't count then, but now it counts. Goalposts. Those goalposts are on wheels because they just move depending on where you want them to go.
Crazy.
All over the place.
Crazy how that works. Crazy.
Ain't it? Ain't it though?
Oh, I can't wait for them to finally let him talk, and I hope he's been sitting on the island of relevancy, just drinking his Zoa, because Rock sent him a whole pallet load of Zoa energy. I love Zoa. He's been using the Papa Tui to
maybe got his tattoos touched up. They did look crisp. They look fresh. This is a little faded. We need to touch this one up.
Oh man, this is 3.5 hours, 3 hours and 20 minutes. Zilla was in the SummerSlam. Was at the SummerSlam in the crowd. Yeah, he skipped over the GCW event in Jersey to go there.
I did not know that.
So, like Hunter said Hunter did reply in the group chat. He's just a fan like us. So Hunter pays attention to him more than what I do. But that's how I know and figure it out. But I don't think he's ready just yet. So we just gotta wait a little bit longer for that. He's gonna keep teasing it because what else does he have to do? What else does he have to do? I mean, what about Lance Anoa'i?
Him, and then there was someone. Oh, we said hi Coolio, hi Coolio, and him. Yep, There's so many options. Literally anyone. It's like the elections. Like you've seen people like anyone but so and so, anyone but Sammy and Cody. That's my two. Like, please save us, please. I would take. You said Brock and Punk. That's Punk. Cool. That's cool. It's fine. I'm cool with that. I'm cool. It's fine.
And
didn't think we'd get Punk there anyway.
In an alternate universe, it's Rollins. It ends up being Rollins and Ambrose.
Oh gosh. No one's ever going to let me Cooley IR. Sorry, we clicked on it at the same time. Oh, did we do it again? Okay, sorry. I'm just gonna step away from the mouse. Cool.
Oh man.
I can't. We're gonna call him H because I'm so the man's name. I really am struggling with the pronunciation, and I feel like I need to have. Now, okay, let me reference. I took a picture earlier. Let's see. I took a picture earlier because he told me how to pronounce it, so I took a picture. Hikuleo. That's how she spelled it. Hikuleo. I'm gonna keep pronouncing it. I'm gonna keep practicing. I'm gonna get it right. Well, all right, Nick. I am running out of gas.
Yeah.
My social meter. I'm fresh out of jokes. I feel like we've covered all our topics. We deserve an award for this. Acknowledge us, please, and thank you.
Yeah.
Please acknowledge us. We should acknowledge ourselves. The green screen is always trying to do me dirty. There we go. Yes. Hikuleo. Hikuleo. Hikuleo.
I got somewhat.
Oh yeah.
I guess.
Oh yes.
So that is going to wrap up the 5th episode of the Post Bell podcast, which turned into roasting Cody, which then turned into acknowledging Roman Reigns and fantasy booking the rest of the Bloodline saga and looking back at where WWE messed up, what they could have done better, a whole bunch of stuff. My goodness, but that is that. Thank you, Martina, for joining me for 3.5 hours plus the 2 hours of SmackDown. My goodness. I mean, thank you, Brandon. My phone is almost dead. I'm very tired. I love this as a Cody fan. Y'all cracked me up. No, we definitely appreciate it. So, yes, go.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Make sure you're subbed to Martina's channel, which I know some of you are, because I think that's where the four that are still hanging in there on YouTube are.
The few,
My
the
channel,
proud,
the
the
network
ones.
channel, the ones, the Facebook page, my Facebook page, the network's Facebook page. Martina's, your Twitter's on there, and then the network's Twitch is on there. So I think we still got somehow, somewhere, we got one person watching on the Twitch. I don't know who that is. That would
Thank you.
I never, ever, ever see a comment from Twitch pop up. So no idea who it is.
Dear sir or ma'am, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. We go on a rant about Roman, and it brings in everyone from everywhere. So again, what does that say? We could sit here for another 4 hours and talk about the greatness. I mean, that's what I wanted. So talk about the greatness and the return, and we got 5 minutes of it. But
absolutely,
hey, we got Senator Rhodes kicking off the show and throwing out title shots willy nilly. So that was a Cody Crybaby on Twitch. All right,
but they're watching though. They still watch.
On that note, we are out. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Martina. I will see you the next time we plan something out for Post Bell or for SmackDown. But yeah, we can just find another time to do a stream like this. My goodness, I can't wait to see the watch hours and everything like that. So, but I'm gonna check that out tomorrow. So we are gonna rock on out. There we go. We're gonna end it with that. So peace out, everyone. Have a good night. See you next time.